Waker if he can get there. That's going to give him a way to save some of his teammates if they get initiate on or hexed up when crushed. So there are tools that Boom have coming their way fairly soon. Multiple Aeon discs, some self-saves.
Misha's got an Aghanim Scepter.
All right.
Yeah. Piercing spell immunity is a huge factor here. We talked about it a little bit with the ensnare, but now having Macropire with that song setup, having Ice Path and Crush. If someone gets caught here, they get scythed into Chainstun, they die. So we have to start looking at buyback status.
That's some serious damage output, and I think OG, just, understanding, like, they may lose one of their frontline cores, may get jumped off, but they want to make sure all these supports scale pretty well at the same time, so it's going to be a tough game as things kind of develop here.
I mean, OG going to know that there's 2 minutes still remaining on the cooldown of Lesh's buyback. I'm going to keep them hemmed in and keep the side lanes pushed, but it's Boom to smoke, knowing that they need to do something drastic to get out of this funk they're in. FBZ ensnared and silenced, hexed, and might just straight up die. He does have the Eon disc. Can't forget that with a roll up and a little cyclone from the Stormcrafter, but OG quickly moving forward to give chase. FBZ healed back by Scam, and a very tight-knit group here from Boom, all holding hands together and making sure when they fight as 5.
So much of the vision game is so important here, and it's OG who have got multiple wards spread around this Boom base, not to mention all these Naga illusions that always can be sent out, not just to scalp, but to keep lanes pushed in, which make it so much easier to know. Like, there's no, surprise factor when it comes to Boom and where they are on the map. You're always going to know unless they smoke up. And if they smoke up, you're going to know they smoked up because you're pushing in all these lanes and no one's defending or no one's showing. So it's just so tricky for Boom to make any kind of a play outside of their base anymore.
That's an impossibility. Just try and keep smoking. Ninja gear for Tim's. Move out slowly on the map, see if that smoke breaks. Misha, Uragi, they're here. Snare and silence, pops the Eon disc on to snap as well. Okay. But again, Boom, all 5 together, making sure that if there's a fight, it's going to be a big one.
Tiger's in.
They jump forward. Tombstone's dropped, Song is there, they're trying to focus down the tomb of Skem. Wraith Pact, not going to get taken down, so those kids are just a zoning one as OG come in. Bail away as quickly as that. Well, bottom lane, BZM was split pushing. Does get jumped, but a good tornado EMP. Should be able to get out of this one safely. No further catch onto him. Even turning with the meatballs to make sure the Boom cannot keep following him back towards that bottom lane.
Obviously, there's no refresher, no Aghanim Scepter. It's TB, so there's going to be a window here for OG.
Yeah, they need to spend a lot to save him.
They're still foot pushing too. This Invoker just being a complete pest in this bottom lane. Saying, okay, we can't win it. We can't go high ground and take a full-on fight. Let's just push top and mid with 4 heroes while Invoker keeps sending these forward spirits in down bottom.
They have to deal with that with BZM. And he's under Obs and Sentry right now.
He realizes there's that ward scouting him out, but see if Boom find a way to punish this Invoker.
Look at that Mara and Tiger though. They're coming across, trying to stop the removal from happening. And FBZ on disc again, buying him a little bit of time, and that tornado missing. Gives him the opportunity to escape. OG though, back in Snare Silence. Nagasara able to catch up to the Pango. And the focus from Tiger, the unleashed damage, is enough to bring down FBZ. The turnaround from Neopatch. Kills up Tiger, but the buybacks. Where's FBZ with his? Holding on to it for now. OG still strong here. Standing their ground outside the Radiant base. And Boom. They just fall back to high ground again. Reclaim the gem. And reset.
No panicking, keeping the Pango buyback for now. Waiting to see if OG force any kind of a move here. So they can get away with not using the buyback here. That's so important in late game Dota when you're looking at 50, 60 minutes in. These buybacks are one of the biggest things to kind of manage as a team.
I mean, pretty much everyone has them. Everyone did have them until BZM decided to buy out his overwhelming blink. 100 gold isn't much to farm up, so
yeah,
in a few seconds it will be all greenlit. Everyone with buybacks. We're gonna have a 10v10 on our hands as Roshan is ready to be claimed and be fought around inside that pit.
Yeah, curious to see if any of these heroes forgo buybacks for any big items. Like Leshrac could buy a Wind Waker, but it doesn't feel like it's a big enough like upgrade, and you know your item set to be worth giving up buyback. Most of these cores, it's just there's no like rapier or anything that warrants getting bought.
Roche died very quickly.
Yep, who's getting Aegis here? MR's like, do I want this?
I don't know.
What's the plan here with Aegis? Just,
I mean, this is...
Tiger, yeah, there we go. All right. MR's just like, you know, I'm 6 slotted. This Mask of Madness is too important.
Yeah, you got Mom AC MKB. He's the TB killer.
Refresher Jakiro, let's go. Double Macro Pirate, double Ice Path.
Hell yeah.
This is where it's fun. These games as a support is so much fun. Like you're getting all these items you just never buy. You're getting your level 20, sometimes maybe even level 25 talents if it goes long enough.
He's got a telescope. He's happy with tier 4 items.
Axe and Shard on Jakiro, like, and with the Refresher Shard.
That is nuts. BZM finds an illusion, kills it quickly. Teams with his ninja gear causing a few issues, just pushing out that bottom wave. Just never feels like Boom are the ones with I mean, they're gonna smoke now, but it never feels like they're the ones with the ability to jump, catch, kill, force a team fight that's gonna work out for them. OG have so many reset tools and kiting abilities.
You see MR on Vision here, but he's very swift and just going from camp to camp. And they need like an insta-stun from a Rolling Thunder from Pengo, so it's just so hard to actually catch him. And once again, it's BZM split pushing the bottom lane. Needs to be a little bit careful. He's going to reveal himself by using the meatballs here, and they actually get caught out here. He's still hugging these trees. He hasn't left the bottom lane.
All this smoke to try and find him. There he is. Surely they'll see him. There we go. The BKB comes to BZM though. 2-man tornado to get away. Skem's going to chuck the tombstone towards him, but he's already blinked out of there.
No, they don't have that insta-stun or hex. And
out. OG
just getting
swarming
chipped
back.
at. Like Naga Illusions just keep chipping at these top buildings, and yeah, Boom are gonna have to hug their high ground once more.
Yeah, it's not just the buybacks we've got here. OG have double cheese plus Aegis. Rolling Thunder from FBZ, the Tiger unleashes, BKBs hits the buildings, then runs back while the roll in. FBZ's not really got the backup though. Yopaj is out of mana. TV walks forward, but they've got the Song of the Siren to set up. 2-man Ice Path, Macro Pyro onto the big core heroes. Lash and Terrorblade, they've got to run away from this. Can't get stuck in all the fire and the spam damage. There's so much noise on the floor. TV's dying to Macro Pyro. All the tornado clips him. He's down to like 300 HP. Still has BKB Satanic and the Sunder, but you're losing your building.
That's not triple. They split it. That was close. They were basically burying him into the fountain there, and they're not done. They just jumped left. He just deleted.
Disappears. Double buyback now from Boom as Tiger does lose their Aegis. First life gone, but OG are just swarming over Boom right now. Uragi gonna get away here with his own BKB, swapping items in and out. Doesn't have Song for 20 seconds. God, good force that. A bit of distance here, and Amanda tries to dodge away from the cookie, but he gets the TV in the Leshrac. The magic damage spilling onto the Naga and looking to kill her off. No way you're going to get out of this one, Uragi. But in goes BZM at Amar, crushing through onto them all. Timmons will have to buy back himself, while Terrorblade on the high ground, running back to Fountain. Boom spending a lot just to hold on to this game, as OG have also bought back on Naga and Marcy.
Yeah.
Losing that top lane.
I think OG committing these buybacks means it's maybe time to reconsider this push in this fight here. Some of these key BKBs on cooldown as well. Amar there at the end getting ping-ponged around by a Rolling Thunder, but luckily there wasn't any follow-up damage, and OG decides to back off to go defend this top lane and wait for their next good initiation. But this game, 55 minutes in, 33k gold lead, but are we getting 60-minute items, Gareth? What do you think? Are we getting there?
Yeah, we have to now. They've got us this far. We can't just close the game out without getting those tier 5 neutral items.
All right. See, still got 5 minutes to go. I don't know if, like, Roshan is just not quite as big a deal anymore. Like, your cores get all maxed out. Nobody really has room for an Aegis. Often having an Aegis doesn't actually make a difference in a team fight. It's more about just whoever gets the better initiation wins.
Oh, Tiger. Initiation on the Terrorblade. Cookie. Lotus all back around the dispose. And Jackie needs to get the sun. Will do so. Onto Amar. actually turns around and kills up Tiger now as well. Good
All those saves. He's still dying to Macrofire. Yeah, the Macrofire, Jackie.
Oh god, yeah, can't get himself out of that one with his Satanic. He will heal back up. While you're wrong, you're getting caught out by FBZ. But the sword back onto the Nagasara, but he turns with the Bloodthorn, letting through the Pangolier, and Tim the Honest does pop there, but BZM giving chase. He knows how low they are, and a refresh up, try to catch one another tornado. Looking for Tim, the die back on the Snapfire. A big kill for them on the Terrorblade as well. The meatball and alacrity of the Invoker of BZM gets them huge kills, and the buybacks and Boom require this takedown on the Invoker.
BZM has buyback.
Him down and out.
OG could go for the killing blow here if they want to buy back on Invoker. It's a, a small risk to it, but Boom are forcing it.
Oh, Tim with the 3-man stun. That killed off your punch. No Borodan dead for 2 minutes, and Terrorblade just evaporates and the damage that OG bring. They've got every kill they needed.
It's over.
The buyback victory won by OG in this back and forth game. 57 minutes. We don't get to tier 5 items, but OG going to come out with a 2-0 victory.
Just the way OG played late game with their team fighting and decision making is so impressive. Like 2 games in a row. This time around, they didn't have the better late game necessarily. They definitely, I mean, it was slightly better, but it wasn't like this, okay, we go late game, we win Dota. Like, they actually had to outplay Boom here. These last fights, they're sending in all these heroes that have buyback. Like, they know, like, Amar kind of commits hard, but it's because he has buyback. And then it's BZM's turn. He's the only core left with buyback, so he blinks in to finish off cores that don't have buyback. Like, so he's
Beast Coast's turn to pick.
I think they're gonna do it this game. I've thought about it, but I'm kind of taking it out of equation now. But he could still do it.
Good. I'm more confident with the puck, to be honest. I feel like you get combos and a pattern. Okay. It's been a mid. Just really wanted to slow down. I mean, we saw with how it was being played in those previous games, you didn't really buy the BKB super early on, right? So if you're able to just get a lot of slowdowns, it means that this Sven, assuming it's played as a position 4, can't really just run around quite so easily in a lot of these team fights. I don't hate it, and they're just banking on the fact that maybe their carry-to-carry matchup is better. This is going to do a lot to slow down the game for Hector's TB to really influence.
See what the last pick's going to be here for Entity. Still a lot of flex for them heading into the 24th. They don't have a whole lot of time left.
I have no clue, so I'm going to say Meepo. Damn, Pudge. Close. Yeah, it's fine, in my opinion. Like, you're able to deal with the illusions. It's not the illusions, the Eidolons somewhat. So who's playing what? That's the bigger question for me. With Storm playing the Lesh. The Venom mid.
Yeah, Venom mid. All right. So, firstly, Venom is going to be able to deal very nicely with the Pudge. I wonder if we get a core silencer. I think Pure has been attempting that. Some of the Pugs, they're holding out for quite some time.
I don't think we'll see a Fishman Pud. That's the only issue now. Fishman silencer. It's to be expected, right? He's been playing a little bit.
I do not particularly like the Abaddon pick. A concern with me about this is the fact that you really do not like silences at all. Like this is a hero that your biggest way to counter an Abaddon is silences. You can't purge it off. You can't use any of your spells to help your teammates. You're pretty much you're useless 5. And the Brewmaster is arguably one of the better offlaners to deal with defensive supports as well. So I really struggle to see the value they're going to get out of the Abaddon. I think he has to really, okay, the value that I can see, the little bit of value is he probably is going to help out in the Terrorblade lane. Besides that, I'm concerned on how much he will be able to provide impact in this game after that.
So maybe it was just kind of a thing of, all right, let's just bank on our lanes to go really well, right? Because Venomancer wins most of his lanes, so just toss him mid. You know, even in a 1v1 matchup against a Leshrac, it's going to be fine enough, right? And then TB Abaddon, you don't necessarily win the lane, but TB gets his farm, and you should probably be winning an Enigma Tiny lane with Whisper and Gojira playing together. So I'm still holding out some hope for Beast Coast, but I think Entity might have a slightly superior draft coming through here. It's really just they're all in on the Terrorblade right now for Beast Coast, which, to be fair, has been more time. Hector, at one period, had a few months where he was legit the best carry in the world. So clearly they're putting in the faith in him to be able to bring that magic through to TI11.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to do so. Like you said, was really a lot of people respected him and still respect him in particular is his farming speed. Like everyone knows that this man can farm at such a rapid rate, and we'll see how the matchup's fair, because honestly, like in this game, a late game Terrorblade is very, very good against a Leshrac. This is a hero that has some big armor issues, and the TB can bring you down from afar before the Lesh is able to get on top of you. Kind of similar to the Pudge as well. This is another hero that has armor issues. Both the Lesh and Pudge are very good versus the TB early, but late game can often be an issue. But I think this game might be very different because you have Katomi with the Sven. To hold that thought is a beautiful start from them.
Nice
A stun to the hook shot, Storm with a follow-up as well with a split earth, and he will tick out as Fishman finds first blood.
See, you tried to put down a tree there to be able to block the vision, not to get that last right click off, so even just losing a little bit more of that net worth. Not that Abaddons have a huge amount to be able to start with.
See if there's any contestation. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. He's going to go for the other rune instead from Gojira. So just really quick on the point prior again. Like usually I'd be very comfortable with TB going late game into some of the heroes on Entity. I think it will be a bit different though this game because of the Warcry. Like this is a incredible Warcry game, man.
It is for sure. And you know, Katomi is someone that loves to buy the Aghanim shard as well. Pretty early on, you just get that bonus 7 armor passive. Not even worried if you get the jump off, right, with the Tiny or the Enigma coming through. Yep. Looking pretty solid, and they're going to pair him together with Pure up in this top side. So still just wanting that AoE damage to be able to deal with the Eidolons, I suppose. The meat hook does help if you get the pickoffs. You can set up for a lot of these kills with the Stormhammer.
Slight victory already though for Beast Coast up top. Gojira gets the block on the small camp and also gets the D-ward as well on the sentry that was already preemptively placed from Katomi. So that is going to further help out with the positioning of the lane here for Beast Coast.
Yeah, you'll see up on the top side as well, Pure is already at half mana because he threw out the hook shot really early on, because he wants to make sure that they're trying to get an early kill into this lane before you truly get that big power spike coming from the East Coast. And for them, that's level 2 or level 3. The lane's always going to be passively pushing into you, so you've got the option to be able to pull them back in, and makes the big hook there on the top side, but able to land it just yet, and with that Whisper, he's going to be able to get the levels he needs.
What are your... You mentioned about the Sven looking to play with the Pudge up top. Do you like that they have forced Silencer into the Abaddon lane now, though? Because you can purge off the Arcane Curse.
Yeah, maybe... Oh, Toby is actually under a little bit of strife here. I wonder if it means that they're going to go for a little bit more of an aggressive move as he dive under the tower.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remain. Radiant's turn to battle. 10 seconds remain. 5 seconds. 5 seconds remain. Dyer's ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It is Radiant's ban. 10 seconds. 5 seconds remain. Dyer's turn to ban. 10 seconds remain. 5 seconds. Radiant's turn to pick. Dyer must choose.
Monkey King.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Select your hero. Make the ultimate choice. Ten
不
seconds.
大声也太妖了吧！
如果是3号位大圣的话，我觉得
5 seconds remain. resumes. But will it follow the same thread?
All right. All right.
Caught you in your stubbies, did we?
Middle is missing. Not meant to be.
Okay, that was unexpected. This was over before it started.
The true heroes are the ones who wait all the way. Just 30 seconds now. Let the countdown begin.
Will this work?
Who will emerge victorious?
the impurities.
Not your destiny. Its bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is in
Poor dear.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Maybe when you're older.
Shame to say the tail.
Enemy.
Venom 我说实话，这个狮王3级还不炫墓碑，真的有点过分了。 这大概就是年轻
Not
人的
meant
操
to
作。
be. See, a great deal.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower. should look to their top tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Prophet, I get that it's your thing, but you can't die, okay?
Dire's middle tower.
Double damage!
Ну, ребят, это база.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Too damn late.
A tithe to the impurities.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
This is my shot.
Radiant should look to their middle tower. Radiant's bottom tower is there is little hope for Dire's middle tower. Lucky find. Structures are fortified. Radiant scanning, eager to know Dire's whereabouts.
One mother to another.
enemies. Dire's bottom tower is Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
This one was worthy of at least some
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. My waters rise. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Scanning for enemies. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do it with flair.
Regeneration. A tithe to the impurities. Illusion.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Structures fortified.
Boom, there it goes.
Dead already. Should have left well enough alone.
Coming in.
Radiant are scanning enemies.
Thrice the torment.
Dire are scanning for enemies. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks
could walk in for an Echo Slime here. He is top lane on a Sacred. He's in a bit of trouble. He's still at half HP and has a full wand, or half wand, so that's not happening, unfortunately, for Secret.
Yeah. Makas going in by himself into the triangle.
Yeah, hello, Rezo. Oh, okay, Rezo's going to be able to avoid a hook there. And he's got eggs, by the way, now on this Pudge.
Yeah.
So his rot is extra stinky and extra smelly. And the only other item I wanted to highlight here for Secret is Zayas. I mean, he's realistic about this game on the Shaker, right? No Blink Dagger in the quick buy, simply just the Ag Shard, which is the item that makes it a little bit more difficult to contest objectives versus him. That being said, ooh, nice sidestep there on the Sharpshooter. Nisha might chase here, actually, after Matthew. Might die. Has 13 wand charges, will pop it, but has no stun. Here comes Panda, though. 2 supports fighting versus the mid laner, but a nice kill there for Nisha.
Yeah. Panda... That's... Oh my god.
I just killed him. Salty.
Yeah, so Secret basically need to keep... Oh, but there you go. They take from 7k to 8k. But they need to keep this. They can't let the net worth spiral more, and then just keep the game like this. Just catch up a bit here on the... Because Doom has his Midas finished, he'll slowly get towards that BKB.
Slowly, yeah.
Same with Shadowfiend. He's got this Mask of Madness, yeah. So when he gets BKB, Doom gets BKB, then they could realistically take some team fights.
For now, though, you can just see they've had to kind of cede a lot of control. It is true, right? The Thunder have not really been able to push too much. And Nisha, because it's not an impossible Ember game, right? It's a pretty good one even. He's been relatively liberal with his map movements here in the top lane. You know, like I feel like if this is a more dangerous Ember game, like if there's a Bane, he's not farming like this, right?
Yeah.
But he definitely recognizes someone needs to be able to get farm and farm away from the rest of my team, as you can see Pakaz and Thunder smoked into the triangle. Yeah. Someone needs to get this far, and he's the only one that can do it. So Secret, they're playing well from behind. I have to commend them.
Yeah. If we're speaking about Shen games, right, like this is one of the tougher ones. Like if Pudge ever gets on top of your creeps and kills them, like it takes so long to get new creeps.
Despair. Maybe he might have to sacrifice a creep here so Chrysalis doesn't get hooked. Oh, okay. Hopeful hook there is gonna go swing wide for Kaz. Top lane. Sacred saying hello to Nisha. Trying to connect on the stun, won't find it. There's a Shaker as well nearby with another slam coming off cooldown. Maybe they're trying to connect something here, but no, it becomes difficult, right, for Secret, because the point I was getting at is, while they can't really stop Ember from farming up top lane, if Thunder bring the bodies, he just has to get back. I mean, they just can't really contest the maps. They cannot contest the map control that Thunder are exerting over them because of how well Thunder fights. Here goes Pakaz, and I mean, I guess it doesn't even need to be all 5. It can just be him, really.
Yeah, when he gets Blink Dagger, it'll be easier. He can just TP from lane to lane and kill whatever's there. Because Secret are playing very spread, and they do have to play very spread. Yeah, they just desperately need to get their items. Okay, they're trying for a little play up here.
Yep, they are. Rezo is coming in. He's got Doom, he's got Midas. Just needs to close the gap. He's in that Blink. Hook's gonna be wide there. The Doom is out. There's Solar Guardian. Rezo wasting no time. He's gonna eat another creep here. Zayata, nice Echo Slam, but they're so tanky up here, Pi. The Doom's about to expire. There's gonna be a Maelstrom prop, but they've actually caught the Ember Spirit, and he's died. He's died to the supports.
Yeah, that level 4 Frostbite.
Zayat
seconds.
He might not be out of this one. Actually, he doesn't manage to juke. He doesn't manage to juke Sacred in the tree, so he'll be safe.
Oh, Dark Magoo finding Rezo.
Oh no,
Perhaps?
Rezo. Okay, there's a Zeus ulti. Yeah, not enough time, and yeah, he's not going to be jumping up.
Oh, and there we see bottom lane too. Pakaz with the Blink Dagger, he just TP his bottom and collects.
Crystallis. That's a big one.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, you know? You just... Yeah, you need your BKB.
And there might be even a tower down bottom. They're still not really making a big effort to make a push for an objective. For now, they seem still pretty content to continue kind of playing the game as it is at this 20-4 scoreline. When do you think they need to start, looking to force objectives a little bit more? Does that ever become a concern for them, or can they just continue playing and looking for kills like this?
No, you probably keep looking for kills like this a bit more. Yeah, I'm wondering... Yeah, I don't really see when they're supposed to. I think you just have to let it happen naturally.
Got it. Get like a couple kills, and hopefully you're in a position where you can just naturally siege an objective from there.
Yeah, because you kind of need all your heroes just hit the tower for it to go down.
I guess so, like if you, Secret, they're going to bail out of that tier 2 tower defense. I was going to say that'd be an excellent opportunity for you to flex your team fight prowess right now while still sieging immediately after. I think Secret would do well to try and fight away from objectives.
Like
this. There's a Requiem. Does catch Panda, but the fear is minuscule, and Panda, he's not gonna die.
Yeah, and his still goes down, yeah.
Yep, he's gonna die his 7th time now. 0, 7, and 0. Because sieging by himself is the answer when they start sieging.
Oh, Puppy is in. Yeah, they're looking for him.
Yeah, and they see his creeps, and they'll see him. Here's Panda. Crosslight onto him to follow up. Nisha doing what he can with his amount of damage, but again, very limited impact he can have. Crystal's still just about halfway towards his BKB. He's really struggling.
Yeah, here's Bakas. Oh, the creeps. No, the creeps.
The Chen army. They do split, and a couple more boulders hurled and their death throws, but it's always disappointing as a Chen player to have your army die, especially when you're this far behind and you're, I mean, it's so hard to take away 4 creeps, you know, from your...
Yeah, no, and you don't get to choose either, right? Like, you get a couple of Mongolans, I guess.
Pretty much. The Zeus ulti in secret, they don't like what that might imply. They're out of there.
We just have to speak about too, like, look at... Meander, but Tomato, he shreds through one, looks to face off against Savage now, but KB batters into him. The buybacks from TSM come a little too late, and Saberlight, he brought back, Solar Guardian in, and then TP's home with his BKB.
Brow's not done though. He's going to try finish off this Disruptor. Will he pay the price for it? Doesn't look like it. Gets the ult to the high ground. Chases on though.
Brawl blinks away. Slowed by the Diffusal Blade, but yeah, has another orb to jaunt to. KP can't keep giving chase, and another 30 seconds for Roche to respawn means everyone's going to be alive again before he's even back.
I was just like, where's Roshan? Come on, like this. Surely should have respawned by now. We'll see it all again here. Not the best fight from, I mean, the Shaku's first death is totally fine. Like, you just get smoke wrapped on, but he buys back and doesn't really get much value out of his buyback. He kills the Rubik here. We'll see it. Even Echo Sense to this Rubik, but he's blinked in aggressively just to kill Rubik and put him in this position where he just dies back instantly. Luckily for him, this SF is just massive though.
Yeah, Savage in that toe-to-toe with a sniper, you know, helped out a little bit by the Doom, but primarily just Savage ripping away at Tomato.
This does feel like a game where that right-click v right-click bit of the SF versus the sniper is going to be a big part of how things develop.
And with Roshan up, everyone alive. Buybacks, a lot of them on cooldown right now. Undying, the only hero in the game to currently have buyback available. SF is 100 gold off it, but
Makoto starts it. Meanwhile, 23 Savage is like, he doesn't want to do this.
It's risky.
So, yeah. It's got to be a team call about whether or not it is safe to go for this Roche play or not, and they got to know TSM will be back up, and they've got plenty of ways to make Roche difficult, throwing the shrapnel in. They can throw out orbs. They've got plenty of ways to scout this, and you're Talon, you're thinking we need to find a pick off or some kind of team fight first before we go for this. They called win the underdog. Nope. Yeah, easy.
50 seconds. And TSM still probably want to contest Roshan. They can't allow this free Aegis and Shard to go the way of Talon. And into the pit we go. Makoto, Savage, straight towards him. And it looks like TSM, they're going to give up on it. They've drawn the lines, they've pinged bottom, saying, okay, split pushing is our best opportunity.
It's hard, the vision. Even with the ways that they have to scout, it just doesn't feel quite enough with Rubik dead. You uphill battle, and Talon have set up good vision around the pit to make it a very safe road for them. And now you've got SF buys the shard, or gets the free shard, and is in a great position now with Aegis BKB to be an absolute beast in these upcoming team fights.
Yeah, well, 22,000 net worth compared to the 17k on Sniper. He's miles ahead of that opposing safe lane carry.
And this SF shard is, I feel like, a big reason why this hero has become more popular. I've seen a lot of SFs really prioritizing it.
Oh yeah, that Furious pot. I'm not going to use it here. I'm trying to go to a Requiem instead. And there's the save. Royal going to come back in. Build up the Rubik along last with Makoto there, but a coil back on onto him, and the Doom on the Dawnbreaker. Gonna separate this fight out while Dubu's the one being focused down along with Hyde. Ryle finished off by Mikoto, and the Dawnbreaker, the final casualty there for TSM. Well, it might not be the final one because Savage moving in with Mikoto onto the sniper now. Tomato turns with BKB, but it's not just the SF. You have to worry about the Doom and the Pango offering tremendous damage themselves, and we end up with a team wipe. Talon shred through TSM here in their top lane.
Yeah, the fight looked like it started okay for TSM, getting the initiation kind of beaten by the save of the Rubik. It was a very quick telekinesis save, and SF gets in this kind of precarious position where the Vision's stopping his retreat, he's getting chain stunned, he gets brought low. Even BKB's on his first life, not saving it for the respawn, but they just don't quite have the damage to finish him off. And as a result, this kind of chaotic fight ends up favoring Talon as they outplay them in the trees. Some great plays from the Shaker, really locking everyone down in place and securing that puck kill, which was the big one to stop. I mean, TSM, if they keep puck alive and he just keeps throwing out spells and like basically killing off like the SF who got low, this fight goes so different.
Yeah, I mean, in these fights, it feels quite apparent that Talon have a much clearer directive, much clearer target acquisition for their players. You know, it's Doom the Dawnbreaker. You've got Pango dealing with the Pug. Shadow Fiend's kind of handling the rest of them, the SF, dealing with the Sniper and the Undying. Whereas TSM, they're trying to jump with a Pug. They're trying to get in there with a Solar Guardian there. Their team fight feels like it's in many more pieces, and those pieces need to be put together by Moon Meander. It feels like he is the puzzle master who has to steal a Fisher, steal a Doom or something to actually give that little bit of oomph that TSM are lacking.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's tricky because he's kind of the one who needs to make these plays to secure kills and be this, like, you know, offensive hero, but he's also the save. He's also the defense. He was the one telekinesing to save his puck. He's gone for this shard, so he's trying to make these plays to help his team, but also needs to be aggressively stealing some of these key big team fight spells.
And now Talon on the offensive again. Smoke. As 4. And it's Pango. Pango's Invis, so basically 5-man Invis move across the map. Oh, who's going to come in contact with him? It's Saberlight up on the high ground. KP has the jump. The BKB's quick, though, as the Doom landing in onto the Dawnbreaker as Talon swiftly moving to their next target. The Glipstone giving the vision. However, the Dawnbreaker Sniper's opening up the Savage, though.
BKB is getting too low. It doesn't have Aegis anymore.
Sam are going to scramble away and
get out of this one potentially.
They turn back on the Pango now, forced the BKB swashbuckle back towards the ramp. Q holds his ground. Lines up the Fisher to keep TSM at bay. So quick in and out there from Talon. Looked a little scary though.
Yeah. Got some good vision down, but instantly Talon gonna find themselves getting smoked out here. TSM, even without Dawnbreaker, are going for this play here. Browse finished off high, and they're not done. They want to find more. Moon can't quite catch 23 Savage, who just barely blinks out of there. With the Arcane Blink Silver Edge, he's pretty...
Might be able to just straight up kill Dubu if he catches a glimpse of him.
Poor Dubu, he's having a rough one. Getting the Tiger treatment from last game. He's got to like scout these smokes and be the one giving vision.
And there's your refresher orb on Doom. So double Doom, double BKB. Now they've got ways to catch out, not just the Dawnbreaker, but also maybe the Puck or the Sniper as well.
Amazing what you'll find.
Yep. Puck is going to be, I think, key for them to kind of deal with some of these supports, get on the backlines where there's the Shaker, the Disruptor. You've got Kaya and Sanj now with the Witchblade. Puck dishes out some serious damage. So if they're prioritizing Dawnbreaker with the Doom, it's, you know, it's got to be Puck who takes advantage of that to contribute in these team fights for TSM.
So very afraid though of this Q Earthshaker. Oh, the Fisher, the big echo. And that's why you have to be so very afraid of the Q Earthshaker. Broil dead for 70 seconds now. And Talon with an opening to go high ground again, potentially.
Yeah, it's just the vision game.
Koto, the Blake Stomp with KB. They're aiming the Sniper, they've lost high quickly. Buy back immediately though. This Enchant Totem Fisher with the shard, stunning on the Sniper. He's doomed up and dead. KP on a wicked 6 streak, and TSM, 2 heroes dead with no buyback. Dubu gonna be a 3rd. And Talon just cruising in these fights now.
It stole Doom on Rubik, but it doesn't really amount to much. And KP's refreshed already, so he's got another Doom fairly soon. core as well. This refresher doesn't quite have that same ungodly cooldown, and they're going on the high ground here. 3 dead, no buyback on Sniper, just the Undying with a buyback. This could just be a second lane of racks here.
And an early glyph there. Means you're not going to have the multi-shot on the tower. Fresh creep wave arrives, and Shadow Fiend, you know, he's all 24, so of course he has that presence aura affects buildings from his 15 talent already there. Able to take down the buildings quickly. Tier 1 and
tower.
2 bottom though, yeah.
Yeah, oh, tier 1, yeah, okay. Yeah, they got their work to get the mega creeps. See, they may just be thinking about Roshan as well. They said they won't kill him. He's savage, he's a woman.
He doesn't get his beacon off, so he's dead.
Just gets doomed up and easily picked off. Like, maybe he didn't get the memo that Doom had been stolen, but yeah, that Aetherland's Rubik just links in, lifts him up, and dooms him, and that's an easy find.
Wow, a massive kill there. It's 1,000 gold for get the last hit. 2,000 gold for the team, 1,000 goes to Dubu, so he's bought a gem for his squad.
They're putting it to good use, but not quite where you'd want the gold going.
No refresher option. Oh, hello. Catch on Rubik. I mean, that is the primary target. You're scared of Earthshake, you're scared of Rubik. KP with a BKB, TP homing successfully out of there.
Okay.
Mikoto swatching off to the left, but the puck has the gap closed to try and catch up. No coil for 20 seconds, though. So Mikoto going to try and turn his back at the battery static storm, force the self-fuels out of the puck now. A disarm on the Pango means he's lacking that ability to keep damage going. Needs backup from his squad as well to arrive. Rolling Thunder blink forward. Going to try and catch Dubu out here. Push down to the low ground. And Sniper opening up onto the Pango here. Dubu's still dead though.
Oh, they're in trouble though.
They're Doom and Sniper. Mikoto is in trouble. Coiled up by Broil. Catching up to the Pango. And Q there with a nice Fisher. Lining up the ability for KP to keep the stunts going. And finally kill the Sniper off.
And he's still got Doom. He could find a new target here.
Hey, refreshed up.
There he is. You got the puck.
Straight onto the puck. Find another one. A sloppy fight. I mean, it's back and forth, but that's all down to the Pango dragging TSM further and further away from their base and their outpost.
Yeah, and you can't blame.
See that back here now. Sniper is in a decent position just to keep peeping away, but Mikoto, such a great job at collecting this fight. His BKB, his overwhelming blink doing incredibly well. Feels like these fights, there's like 3 of them happening all at the same time. KP's focusing one, Mikoto's focusing another. And Earthshake and Disruptor always looking for that big team fight opening for their Static Storm and their Blink Echo Slam. I think we might have lost Gods for a second. Let's see if we can get him back here as Talent. 24k net worth lead, 40 to 20. They've got both top and mid lanes of barracks, and they were thinking about breaking high ground bottom again. But with Roshan alive, there's more important things on the menu. Guard that top jungle, retake the outpost there. More importantly, get some vision out so they can see and scout TSM. A big hit from the Shadow Fiend. Short work made of the Undying. There's 2 hits to break through to the center of Dubu.
Oh, hello.
You're back?
Nice. All right, okay, yep. Should be working. Sorry.
Right on time, Roshan.
Yeah.
It's the big fight.
And they're smoking for it. They want to fight this.
TSM are coming, but they're gonna move faster. Roshan's about to die. Aegis, the pressure shard, and an arcane rune on Mikoto. That's huge here. TSM have got a lot of challenges ahead of them, and they realize that this is no place to be. Time to fall back and find a more favorable place to sit. Dubu does get a high ground tombstone, but the rest of his squad have already turned tail to run away. The double Doom, they're all over the place. He's got the AoE Doom. That's what the noise is. Aghanim Scepter up on KP, chasing forwards. Refreshes up now.
The self-doom. Well, doesn't quite get the results he was hoping for. It's just an Undying kill, but they're playing with an Aegis now, and this SF is absolutely massive. Has the refresher shot in his backpack ready to go as well, and There's just so little TSM can do at this point, but the high ground defense is their best bet. You know, you're playing with Sniper on the high ground, you're just looking to sit back and make it as hard as possible for Talon to get this last lane of frags.
That's like because the AoE Doom makes the noise every time it touches something, right? So I heard the noise twice, and I was like, he double doomed someone, but there's no one nearby. What's going on? Talon, small, smoking on top. They're going to find Saberlight. He's all out in the open. Gets the BKB off before the chain stun though. Q there trying a little harder than maybe required to overlap his stuns, but they've got the catch regardless. But the life's still out of the Dawnbreaker now, but the SF into the back blows up the Rubik. Dawn's still alive, but not for long. It's Savage with the double kill, and 2 heroes dead with no buyback. Means the Fisher into Rolling Thunder. Beautifully executed on the puck, and the Doom fighting Sniper in the back forces the GG out of TSM.
The Aghanim's Doom making an appearance here in the late game, and very convincing game in the end from Talon. I mean,
Sports is starting to get to the stage where they have the level 6, and we see that out of Entity. Both Fishman and Katomi. They smoke down bottom to try and target down Whisper, but Stinger is nearby with a global silence. He's going to be able to get it off just after the fall from Katomi, so a couple of ultimates expended, but it will be Beast Coast that get a kill nonetheless.
I think you're very happy with that. And just look at what happens at the same time. This is what I was talking about in game number 1 with K1. They're thinking about they really want to try and get the net in onto him. Might need to pop the song on Siren to catch.
These are starting to come through. There's the song. Whisper gets the ultimate off. Should be a decent amount of damage if you get the bomb. She was going to be able to sidestep it the once. East Coast, they're going to bring some more resources as well to try and take this top skirmish, but even Entity are TPing another member in as well. Pure is vulnerable to the damage at the moment. Slardar going to try and path his way through the tree line. He might tick out to the curse. Let's see if the damage is going to be enough. Pure actually looks to step back in. But the lifesteal's not enough to keep him alive. So now East Coast, they've got a free opening to continue to dive under the tower. Whisper's going to go for Fishman. And meanwhile, K1 will try and catch up the Topi as well, because they got C-Smile wrapping on the other side. Beautifully done from Beast Coast, getting 3 kills and now finally being able to take the tier 1 tower.
It just took them that little bit too long to try and secure that one onto K1. Maybe if they pop the song a little bit earlier, you're able to allow the team to connect before he's inside the trees. He's not quite as close to his team's tower, so they can look to assist. It was just a couple of times now that the silence coming through from the silencer is just that little bit too late.
It's interesting that the song doesn't stop the charge up of the Rolling Thunder.
It was a little bit after, I thought.
Oh, okay. I saw it on the very edge then, so I wasn't quite sure. Okay, there you go. Never mind. 2,000 net worth lead here for Beast Coast, and again, K1 still flawless in this game. And this is exactly what a Sven needs. Like, this hero thrives on being at least 1 item ahead of your opposition's cause.
Absolutely looks to do that. They find a solid pickoff onto the Marcy. That's on the back of this ward inside of the Entity ancient camp area. So they see Stormstormer farming. They see no one else looking to back him up. Able to get these solo pickoffs. You don't want to let a Marcy to scale into the later stage. Effectively becomes a 4th core for the team if you enable that. Dolma, careful here. Smoke, they'll be able to catch him out as he retreats back. This is where the charge needs to come through.
It's a great ward to utilize. They know no one else is playing around the triangle. An easy kill picked up onto Stormstormer. Katomi and Fishman should be able to at least get 1 rebuttal. They're even going to be able to glimpse back a 2nd member as well as Gojira. There's so much damage getting pumped in thanks to the unleash onto Katomi. So at least we'll get 2 kills and Katomi picks both of them up. So getting himself closer to that real big item here in the BKB.
Cost them 2 heroes and the Observer Ward that was scouting out for that kill attempt, but Shadow Fiend, of course, one of those heroes that really needs to prioritize not dying every single time that you fall down. The Necro Mastery, all those souls get removed away, so it just takes a little bit of time for you to pick up your farming efficiency again, and again, one. now 2,000 net worth ahead of his next closest competitor.
I'm still concerned for Beast Coast, even though they have this 2,000 net worth lead, that I feel like late game the Entity should be very, very comfortable with the minus armor and the fact that you can just... There's no way you're going to be able to deal with the Corrosive Haze. You can easily kill off the Rolling Thunder target. You can even go Nullifier if the Warcry is a big issue. So I think this BKB timer, you need to really get it soon and to be able to get multiple kills and objectives across the map here for Beast Coast. If they miss that timing, I'm slightly concerned.
Actually, a meteor hammer here on Toby.
Troubles, not a good position to be in when you're against the main lead. And I'm going to bounce back and forth onto multiple walls, and even see Smile just clips the Disruptor as well by the secret shot. So 2 pickoffs again into another tier 1 tower as all 5 members are here from Beast Coast to be able to capitalize on the kills.
And K1 just spent the entire time farming while being nearby as well. So popping the God Strength, taking some camps, pushing the lane, taking the tower. This is the Beast Coast that we come to expect. The freestyle moment, having a full effect. Try and catch Katobi. Fusel Blade's going to do a lot of work to be able to prevent the escape away.
Which is big. It's what they need to continue doing. Playing active very early on. Starting to get some objectives and take the map control out of Entity's favor. It's a bit more of a greedier lineup here from Dire. This time and space to come in line, and now without all their tier 1 towers to protect their jungle, these guys can look to invade and try and stem out the economy that Entity are trying to pick up.
They'll do a pretty good job of it. I mean, the bottom lane is kind of pushed in towards them, so I suppose Pure can just spend that next little bit of time trying to farm it. The BKB available for himself, and going into the Blink Dagger, it does kind of feel like they need that blink before they can make an aggressive attempt, because there's no real gap close that they've got outside of the Marcy right now. But good enough, maybe wanting to play around that Roche pit, find a pick off in the general vicinity and find someone without buyback, because objective will melt. They're able to find the correct pick off. Good positioning though. And with the vendetta.
Oh no, the illusion. Oh no! They're gonna go steal the illusion as well now. The Beast Coast, they want to take the team fight, a big charge into the middle with a global sound fall as well. K1 can look to clean up Pure. He needs the movement speed, and no, it's actually gonna be Whisper with a swashbuckle to claim the life. Kojiro might get Storm up, but the stun still on cooldown. The Beast Coast network lead continues to grow.
Does. They're not really in a position to Roche, but that's not the objective they want. They want this tier 2 tower. They want to secure even more space on the map for K1 to be able to farm it. Little odd lanes haven't really been working out too well for Entity so far. You know, the Disruptor not the strongest in the laning stage. It felt like it was okay for Pure, but that lane paired together with the Marcy and the Nagasara, just essentially zero synergy coming through there. And actually figuring this one out, do they feel like they can take it themselves? I suppose. The lucky shot, minus armor. Underneath 2 wards though. No ultis.
I'm very impressed with what Whisper's been able to do so far in this game. Into the Slaughter, it's a very tricky lane matchup. I saw Pure was pretty much free farming, but Whisper is flawless. 6-0-6. He's picked up this defensive blade and a lot of impact through the team fight. Second in net worth. I think he's been a really good component on why they have this net worth lead.
Yeah, for sure. And even someone like C-Smile, right? He's got the plate mail queued up, realizing how important it's going to be for him to be that front line. Because you've gotten to the stage where Sven, he's incredibly farmed and, well, actually probably wanting to join the team right now as the DD wears off, but he picks up the Blink Dagger. So now you can actually follow up on a lot more of these aggressive attempts. You can individually look for pickoffs onto just anyone, I feel. Armed as Hector is, he can probably just kill someone within a God Strength.
Scanning for enemies.
Yeah, because you don't really have the armor on Dire, do you? Like Marcy, a little bit coming through thanks to the phase boots. Disrupt as you fall. So if you're into Fishman, he's not going to be alive for too long. Bottom lane. Stingers. Oh, use of a global silence very early on. Sun's going to be off the mark, and Empty actually going to bring the reinforcements to take the team fight. Pure can turn it back around with the BKB. Doesn't get the initial initial stun, so C-Smart's going to protect it for the moment thanks to the pulverized use. Got a 1-for-1. Bit committed though from Beast Coast.
He's trying like mad on Pure as well, just to right-click into that pulverize, trying to break it to the Marcy, realizing how important it is for Katami to stay alive. Just having a look at the item build, sorry, the spell build as well. He looked to max out that sidekick immediately. They realize how important it is to just enable them to look to man fight. But right now, there's nothing really holding them in place to allow Stormstormer to right click. It really wouldn't surprise me if he was towards the bottom end of the total damage done this game.
Yeah, for him in particular, just continuing to try and work towards his farm. Nico, that BKB is the second item. We haven't seen the first usage out of it for the Shadow Fiend, but we might see it shortly because Beast Coast still with just under 3 minutes left on the Aegis here on C Smile. They're going to look to try and get the last outer tower of the game.
I reckon about this meme hammer build on Toby, and then he's going into the Wraith Pack.
Top lane, C Smile.
Well, look at that.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower. Dire should look to their top tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is in danger. Radiant's bottom tower is in
For me, cease your restless flow.
Evil geniuses turn to ban.
Things broke down. But Hokori, I think certainly Dark Horses now, I think definitely going to be on people's radars, a team to watch, and a very highly skilled team at that with lots of two pretty brand new players to the scene. Honestly, this is their first LAN, but also some veterans in there with the older core as well. So cool to see them doing that. Over to this series, right? The Chen ban as well from LGD.
Yeah, we'll see if the meta sticks here, if they're looking for this Marcy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. EG, just a quick note, I believe they banned Clockwork in both of their series versus Sonic, so they find an opening and they're going to stick to it.
I'm guessing they pick Primal, right? That seems to be their idea versus Marcy.
Yeah. Yeah, so what did they do? They got Primal Undying, but that's only because Sonic's didn't ban Undying. So here's Primal. Every single time they have another pick, and that'll be the Rubik.
All right, makes sense. Could be offlane, could be mid Primal, and then the Rubik is just a quick lift if the Marcy ever goes in, and just a solid laner. I don't think a lot of other teams pick Rubik that much, right? I mean, he's probably been picked a few games, but
yeah, I think we've seen a bit of him, but yeah, Crit eager to get his hands on the Rubik. I wonder if this has got to do with like just the interrupt. You know, you talk about how Primal is strong in theory versus this Marcy this year that wants to be rebounding in, and you just kind of run her over on accident when she's trying to engage with the onslaught, right? Maybe Rubik a little bit more targeted there, right? He doesn't have such a generous AoE spell to interrupt and stun, but telekinesis being instant cast with, you know, your cast range modifiers on your passive there for Rubik. Maybe he can be a decent counter initiator against the Marcy.
yeah, he's usually good versus all of these like Magnus, Earthshaker, Marcy, and even there was one more I was thinking about, but these type of heroes that are tiny, that want to go in and burst in and get out, then he just picks them up. And yeah, counter initiator, I guess.
And LGD back to their Visage as well. They did pick that one earlier today versus Hokori.
Yeah. Oh, solid. It has a bit of synergy with Marcy too. You can buff the birds. The lane is not bad at all. So they potentially have their offlane here with Marcy Visage.
Good point. Yeah. And banning out a couple of counter picks. I wonder if PSG LGD will take out the Monkey King, which has been a pretty common solution to the Visage. You know, you just kind of get to do your mischief and usually avoid any instances of burst, off of the what's it called? The Soul Assumption. That's what it is on the Visage.
Yeah,
it's been a pretty common solution I've seen.
Banning out Ortiz and Naga. He's been playing that a lot in pubs, going for Radiance. So maybe we'll see that later with EG if they ever get that.
Nothing to say, Ember. One of his best heroes. I mean, he's got so many good heroes. Maybe he's one of his best heroes. Also, that Tinker. That's always a pocket pick for them here. I heard our panel earlier to start the show saying that maybe that Tinker is going to sneak his way into a couple of drafts here. That I think, I don't remember who it was saying, but they don't think the hero is actually that bad and a little bit niche, but still have a game hero too. And if you're looking at mid laners that like to play Tinker, it's nothing to say for sure.
Yeah. Probably, unless they see like a lot of stuff now that it's good against, probably not. Like, because it is Primal, right? It's just so easy for him to early on
get on top of the hero.
Get on top of the Tinker.
You don't care about laser because you're tanky and most of your damage is spells. And yeah, for sure. Well, that's a good point. Just think about other nothing to say heroes here.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah, what you say. Yeah, the Ember was banned out. He also likes Invoker. They could go for something like that, and they can really buff up the birds.
Or buff up a carry of their choosing with alacrity and sidekick. That could be a strong. And I think Invoker does very well versus Primal Mid. Cold Snap and Ice Wall, all sorts of things.
Still, well, not likely not with the Marcy. See, I'm seeing, yeah, Marcy got banned against them game 1, which is perhaps why they went for the Tiny. And game 2, Hikori, they managed to 5th pick or 1st pick for them. They managed to 1st pick the Marcy. So it seems like they settled with Tiny when Marcy was banned. That's PSG LGD's way of looking at this initiating 4 for now.
Yeah. No, they seem very popular. Like the Marcy Tuskar, even Earthshaker. He seems a bit weaker though since he's slower, but also winning some games.
Okay. That's some way to cleave through the birds and the familiars, right?
I feel like this is a position 5, Sven.
Really?
Yeah, just armor versus the physical damage here. It's my feeling.
Right. I've seen a lot of 4 Sven, for Entity and Katomi especially. That's been a favorite of his. Essentially, it's like if you can get a Vlad's, great. He's a pretty good Vlad's carrier. And especially the Shard, which gives your team an AoE 7 undispellable armor is fantastic. I think you're up to 10 armor with Vlad's on a very generous AoE.
Yeah. No, I feel like the idea here is position 5 Sven, just stunning the RC when she wants to go in, being tanky. Could be something else though, but...
I think something else. Well, I mean, if this is going to be a mid primal, it might have some problems, right? Because safe lane primal, like we've seen a lot of counter picks. For example, like with the Morphling, just a casual stun, a casual low mana cost stun, and especially for Morphling 1 that does a lot of damage. If with the 1-2-1 build that we've seen a lot more, but just to stop him, you know, from getting on top of you. Not really such a popular option in the mid lane, but something now to consider, right, for LGD is this mid lane match, because we've already seen Abed can and will take this into the mid lane, and something else to consider, right, as we get that close-up shot there on Nightfall. He's looked amazing in his 2 games he's played so far today.
Yeah, and they also did ban out that Broodmother. You don't want to deal with that. Very annoying.
How about paying attention for sure? The director for PSG LGD. That one slip his gaze.
So EG had one more pick here or what? Oh, okay, no, never mind. The LGD. Okay, Oracle. Interesting.
I didn't really suspect we'd see that much Oracle being played in the tournaments, if I'm being honest with you. And we got rid of T1. They got eliminated on and sent down a lower bracket on a game where they picked the Oracle. We casted that one. Yeah. Obviously, I don't expect this to be a mid Oracle. To be completely honest.
No.
But yeah, I don't know.
No, but the theory craft is right. I thought about this myself. Is versus Primal. Like if you use your W, the Edict, I think it's called.
Yes, Fate's Edict.
Yeah, Fate's Edict. You basically reduce his damage to 0, right? The Primal, like it doesn't deal any damage. But usually what ends up happening is like before you cast any spell, you just have this Primal in your face, killing you, right. You know? Yeah. But if they can get it so he can stay back and he can just... Because right now, EG only have single target, right? Like everything. I mean, I guess Primal is kind of AoE. But if you can save that one hero, you're looking good.
It is Radiant spam.
That's kind of been, I think, the problem that Oracle's had for a while. Call it power creep, call it just, the amount of mobility being strong in the game right now. And I think you were right, by the way, about that support, Sven. Is it feels like there's so many ways for heroes to just get right on top of the backliners, you know?
Yeah.
And that feels really hard for him. I mean, like you said, Primal's got his own built-in way. And if Oracle ends up false promising himself, he's a little bit easy to ignore in these fights from there, right? Primal will turn his attention towards more important heroes in that fight and consider that objective completed.
Yeah.
So, SF then for Evil Geniuses. Of course, they can flex this between mid and safe lane. With Primal, of course, able to, well, actually, I think Primal between mid and off, right? And then probably SF between mid and safe. That'd be more accurate.
Yeah, we might see the first game here of Nightfall Primal Beast.
They aren't so sure, though. They're going to be keen to take out another hero that Nightfall has shined on in our previous series versus Sonic. So that Beastmaster, he did take a death on that game.
Yeah, that's a good ban. It's a good ban. You have Oracle Marcy. Yeah, you have nothing for him right now. Let's get rid of it.
They're a consideration then, similarly for like a Lycan ban. Are you concerned about that, or do you think the Mars does a good job to build the Arena of Blood and build a kennel for that one?
I mean, it also depends on what they want to pick, right? But yeah, if their carry is not particularly good versus Lycan, I think it would be a fair ban.
Okay. I mean, it's not. It doesn't look like it's a carry, Sven. And it could be for EG, right? We shouldn't say it's impossible, but then the last pick probably wouldn't be Lycan because it'd be Primal Beast off lane or something. I guess it could be Primal Beast 5. I don't know if Fly's been playing that.
Yeah.
But you know, just Wolf Bite Sven seems like something that could be pretty mean.
No, sure. I'm just worried, like, if they have for the Oracle. If they have this Lycan, it's just very, very hard to play into a Lycan as Oracle. You have to stand next to your Mars or something.
5 seconds.
Yeah, so a lot of his heroes are banned out. He likes Pudge, he also likes Naga. Yeah, Drow Ranger, good ban. So what does he have left here? With an Oracle. Sweet. I don't know, like a lot of these times when... Okay, they just got Luna. Okay. Go for buffing the birds. And it's a mid-Mars, correct? Or a mid-Visage. Could be both.
And they do have that flex potential here for LGD.
10 seconds remain.
I wonder how Visage does versus Shadowfiend mid.
5 seconds remain.
I don't even know that if nothing to say plays Visage. Probably does. It probably plays everything. Hey, I've seen him play Mars a bunch though, so I'm expecting it to be mid-Mars.
Yeah, and I'm also kind of wondering, I think maybe like 2 points in the cloak. Probably.
Ooh, there was an Enigma left.
Wow. Yeah, that one snuck on through. And now it'll happen, Pi. I've been anticipating this. I've been putting the lead out there and not getting any bites from EG, but here it is. The one time I don't say anything, they're going to go for the Nightfall Enigma. Not contested, I believe, before, or I think banned on X, right? And yeah, you are going to learn why Sonics have been eager to ban that out.
No, for sure. Let me see. Yeah. I don't see how you really stop him here. Early on, you can run up and kill the Eidolons, right? But Enigma is going to get his levels.
And now, you know, having learned from the Thompson Oracle, I wonder if there's a point in going for like 302. I mean, maybe not, right? But just going for that AoE damage on Fortune's End, trying to contain and lock down those Eidolons early, seems doable for the Oracle now that the magic resist has been reduced for those Eidolons on the earlier levels. I mean, I don't know. Definitely just run on top and get on top of them early on, but yeah, that's going to be maybe a bit hard with a Rubik there to punish.
Yeah, I think you stick with the 1 point. Just root them and auto, use the damage from your auto attacks instead. Because you do want to get up your E spell. What's that called?
The E is the Purifying Flames, the nuke, and the nuke and the heal.
Yeah, it's like you'll get to level 8, and after that it's up to chance, you know. So then you want those done.
Up to chance. We'll see here how this game will be going. Nightfall over on the Enigma. Both teams smoking out of the fountain and eager to get into battle for game 1 of our 3rd series here on Stream A, TI11 group stage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Excited for this one. Lots of tips. Lots of tips. Lots of horns.
You shall not pass.
Well, it's like a carnival.
It is, yeah. It's like WTF mode with horns. They're experimenting with GarageBand or something like that right now. Very lovely stuff. But again, these two teams, they've met each other a couple of times. Some in higher stakes tournaments for some, grand finals for others, and for the first time for a couple of these guys on these respective banners.
I mean, so far, every time I've seen Sven support, it's been extremely underwhelming. So I'm hoping that it will show me something new here. Because you always have the dream, right, of what you want. You want the Wraith Pact and you want your Ag Shard. But usually I just see brown boots and underleveled with no impact. So I'm curious if they can show me something new here.
All right, so what do you think the strength of a support Sven, part of me, could be in that case? I know he's looked underwhelming to you, but what do you think? Is there potential for him to get work done here?
I mean, it would be if they somehow could get kills with the Shadowfiend using the Stormbolt, right?
Okay, charge on through. They're ignoring the bounty because fights. We gotta fight first. In they go. Crit's gonna retrieve the bounty and collect first blood on the Faith Beyond. Sin Q has been forced out. 3 stacks of Shadow Razors should probably send him back to the fountain, and all EG here to start.
Very nice. How many bounties did they even get there? I think they got
Looks
3.
like 3.
Yeah. And getting first blood with an Igwa in your team, like, quite good. Very good start. Oh, because I'm just wondering this Visage Marcy lane. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this Sven a bit here. Okay, I think they're just killing this guy.
Yep, they are. Arteezy with a kill there. Got to be careful on return damage just to not give him enough soul assumption charges for a return kill. Faith Beyond, as you can see, easier to go for it, but Fly and Arteezy doing a good job of balancing that lust for a kill with some harass damage out from Fly early. Nicely done. He's now back, but he did go for this dispose early as mid lane as well. Early levels a bit difficult for the Mars. He always does have this spear to push back Abed if nothing to say gets kind of trampled on and whatnot. But got to be careful with that because an onslaught could put him right back in your face if you're not careful.
Yeah. No, I think this Visage lane is the most intense one. Because I can see it definitely going both ways, but I feel like when they hit level 2 here with Marcy Visage, they're going to be really, really strong.
Can they just as easily kill this Sven as well as SF, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Marcy's... There you go. Now
there it is. Bounce off the creep. Maybe go for Fly, but really such an eager, you know, proposal when you got SF idling under tower with all his Shadow Razors and full mana.
Yeah.
Too risky as Abed is taking the creep for a bit of a walk. He looks a bit worse for wear. We'll collect the water rune, and nothing to say is zoning him from the mid lane pretty effectively. Abed, he's got onslaught in 2 seconds and a fairy fire, but he's gonna send his courier the long way around, and that'll be the refill for him.
Oh, Arteezy is going crazy here.
Oh yeah. The Sin Q did actually rebound and dispose already, so
yeah,
you pop off a little bit. Mid lane, there's that onslaught on through. The spear, not quite under tower. Abed's still trying to do a little bit of damage here, but nothing to say, just too tanky.
Yeah, nothing to say. That he played it beautifully. He didn't let Abed get his bottle before he had to pick up that rune. And then he basically made him tank the creeps. So he's looking really good right now.
2 creeps mid as well, actually, for EG at the moment, watching over both runes, perhaps scouting for rotations. Well, as there they go, clearing some idolins down bottom. Yeah, nice job making quick work of those. Why? Might be in for a bit of trouble though, but Crit's all out of mana. They actually, I don't know if luck or what, but they kind of pulls, and that's going to be the salve getting canceled, right?
Oh, that's so bad.
He's got another. Oh no, he doesn't. Just the 2 tangos then to operate with. Be a punishing moment in this lane, perhaps, especially as the wave's pushing on in. Crit might go and stack a camper. Yeah, he's going to contest this pull for sure. You can be sure about that. Sometimes those Warpine Raiders, though, you auto-attack them, and they don't really care so much. That one was more like, it got really, you know, it was like a dog. You show it like a little toy, and it just wants to chase it. That was Oracle's cape right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
at least they can triple the sidelines here.
Yeah. Like he'll be able to get that one done. Mid lane, nothing to say, though. Abed, ooh, got pretty close there for a kill, but it looks like the God's Rebuke slow to get him out of what could have been a sticky situation. 4-minute water runes, though. It looks like both would be going to Abed here. There's nothing to say. He's got to go into his own jungle to refill the rune, and we'll TP back on in.
Fly dying top?
Yeah. Gonna die. Disposed and rebounded. A little bit of space created, but now the wave is, the equilibrium's in a bit of a weird space. I think this is where the creep wave normally meets top, right? These stairs?
Sure. RTC got raindrops here now, so he's feeling way better.
Suppose. Might not be feeling too good right now, but has some support from Fly as they're going to make the jump onto Faith Beyond and an easy kill there. They also pick up a kill down bottom onto Y. Sin Q is the only one left standing here, and I can't really eagerly chase for a kill like that.
Yeah, so Ama is doing really well in CS here, but this lane is not going to get easier. It's just going to get harder and harder, right? Especially when Enigma hits level 5. Then he probably has to plan to head into the jungle. And you can see mid, it's absolute clown show there.
Maybe a little ring around the rosy there in the mid lane. And eventually Abed doesn't really want to contest CS between a tier 1 tier 2, and it runs the risk of being speared into a tier 2 tower, and those things hurt early.
EG are playing their safe lane beautifully though.
Careful though. I think Y takes another death here. This could be really punishing. Yeah, Malithus is there instantly. Crit with a really nice wraparound, and that's just an easy kill. And now he's got to walk back to lane. Ame, he's going to be alone for some time.
What a bounty!
Very hard. I mean, this is not the lane you pick if you want to counter Enigma, you know?
Top lane as well is not going really swimmingly for LGD. You can see now Sin Q pulling creeps behind the tower here. Just needing to avoid this lane. It's a bit easy, isn't it? It's just Stormhammer into triple raise, and it feels like they can kill either of them.
Yeah. And they have... Oh my god, he missed...
Mid? Oh,
yeah, mid's just taking so much damage. And it's annoying too, because even when nothing to say, he hits level 6.
Rotating mid here for the minute 6 power and spawns. EG with good coverage, but no wards here. There's a Spear of God, but the rune's going to spawn top lane. But guess what? Nothing to say. We're here for you. Abed's got pulverized, and they've got him dead. The Q ends up taking the rune. It's an invis, so Abed at least won't be in the bottle refill here, but he'll be happy with the kill. And he's still got his bounty in the jungle.
Voila.
And Abed closing in on level 7. Mars still level 5. It's not easy.
So rotation top though. Oracle looking to go top, but mid lane is where nothing to say is in trouble because Fly closing the gap. A nice spear back is going to stop Abed from getting the kill, and it'll actually save nothing to say. The top, that's where the action is. Once again, Arteezy is going to be disposed from underneath this tower. That will recall Fly to the lane. But it also leaves Ame completely abandoning this bottom lane to Nightfall's Enigma. He has a game here.
Yeah. No, this is, I mean, this is what we expected, right? I mean, obviously, the Oracle dying that many times, perhaps not. But it's not easy. Eventually, this Enigma is just going to take over.
Crit even lingering in this mid lane. Good wards up from LGD to at least prevent anyone from ganking Ame in the jungle too easily. So he should be safe, and he's often continuing to farm out 3 points on the Lunar Blessing. Does damage here, going for that Mask of Madness early. We should see his farm continue to accelerate, but right now, LGD turn their attention towards the opposite side of the map, where they get a swift D ward against Fly. Maybe looking to threaten the life here of SF.
Structures are fortified.
I'm gonna say it's got an arena as well towards this mid lane. Minute 8 runes are spawning in, and LGD is bringing more bodies here. In fact, both supports to the top rune spawn, which is a haste. Abed's gonna get out of here. I don't think he quite saw the rune. Perhaps he did, but back to safety, he'll go all the same.
Yeah, the thing is, even if you trap him in the arena, right, I don't know if they have... They might just have the damage. It's a level 3 Oracle and a level 4 Marcy. It's not... Might not be enough to kill him.
Worse for wear. Why, by the way, went for a full null tally here on the Oracle. Does feel like Oracle, you know, with all his magic damage, similar to a Skywrath Mage, right? Can actually take advantage of this with that little bit of spell amp, but be a little bit greedy here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even get spell amp anymore, right? You only get mana regen.
Sure, that's you get mana. No, true. Yeah, that's been forever ago. It's just mana. I guess maybe it is for the mana regeneration.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Arteezy.
I'm actually not sure. Okay,
top lane.
He's tanking. Oh,
he's got Requiem. Look at that. He's threatening to go for it as well. Y as well, throwing in some damage. There's Requiem. This time Arteezy, he's not even letting it go quite yet. Teasing LGD with this as he makes it back safely underneath his tier 1 tower. In fact, he's going to get a little bit of healing off of that Oracle. Of course, he'll TP away. He doesn't want to be too greedy here, but well, nicely done. He'll tank through 3 yet again.
Yeah. No, so LGD are desperately trying to pressure here, right? As you can see, the Enigma by himself is killing the bottom tower. So I wonder... No, they're just leaving Fly by himself.
Yeah, and he'll die. He'll die that time. Nothing to say with a haste rune as well. It was just about to secure that, no matter what was going to happen there.
No, I'm just wondering, because it would be huge for LGD if they could get this tower here. I feel like Abed maybe should have tried to rotate up here.
He still has time. I mean, Faith Beyond, this push would go a lot faster if he was level 6.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, if they get the mid tower, then that's fine, but...
Do force a rotation on back. There's going to be now. Oh, he tried, I think, to catch him with the God's Rebuke, but didn't. And now with Arteezy here with the Shadow Raise damage, the control, it's almost flawless, but it's good enough for the kill here.
Yeah.
They might have to let this top tower go in the meantime, but it looks like mid is all theirs. LGD have already used their Fortify.
Yeah, getting this mid tower then is fine. You can let them have the top tower. Kill on the mid hero and the mid tower, it's huge.
And now Abed's going top. Another TP coming in from Crit. Abed is going to start with that trample. Plenty of damage now after the onslaught on in. Faith Beyond trying to micro the familiars on over, but he's not making it out of here alive by the looks of things.
Yeah, just auto attack.
Oh no, and he might lose a bird. Oh, the familiar, that's going to be plus 100 right there for Crit. That feels amazing for a Rubik.
Oh, and just look at the cooldown too. He just used it.
That's real painful. Oh, he still gets to play a little bit of Dota, about half Dota. It's not as bad, right? As I like to say, it was as when a lone druid loses his bear, because at least Oracle, I mean, rather, at least Visage has items.
Abed is going for it.
Okay.
Just fading a few TPs, yeah.
And that's how you, you know, neglect the trample damage, right? You saw it there. Fate's Edict meant he ignored all of that trample damage. It is Delta's magical.
Yeah, completely countered.
Just bait TPs, as you say, and that buys a lot more time for Nightfall to do as he please. And right now, that is Rush Wraith Pact. He's got that one done. It's already flying his way.
Yeah, I mean, if you just take a quick look at the net worths here, tells the story that EG are feeling amazing, and LGD don't have anything right now.
Getting that worth lead, but it might blossom into a bit more. Ame, I think, is going to do his best to keep that as close to 3 or even 0 as he can, and he's going to get a lot of Eidolons here. That's certainly nice.
Yeah.
So his game is going to be looking a little bit challenging for him. He might need an item or two before he can show up to these fights with how eager EG have been to fight into him. And you can see EG even expecting him in the triangle. Won't find anyone there.
No, I feel we have seen this Luna Visage a couple. Okay, never mind. We have the smoke here. Let's see. Maybe a fight. Fight the brewing.
We'll get back to that point, but yeah, there is the fight brewing. They're going on a fly, but oh no, from behind, in comes Abed. He catches 2 with the onslaught. Sinkyu pulverizes. Well, nice interrupt though, instantly. Oh, but he's actually disarmed by the Fate's Edict. They're gonna lose the Oracle. Sinkyu on the run here. Abed giving chase. He's got another onslaught in 2 seconds. Yeah. I don't think he makes it out. He might even use it to try and catch Faith Beyond. No, he's not gonna be too greedy. He didn't know what lied in the shadows, and or maybe for the best there. It's nothing to say. Did rotate on up and won't really have anything to show for his efforts.
I mean, the only positive thing here, Ame is farming up a storm. He's getting everything he wants.
Crit and Arteezy kill him. What do you think? Probably not, right?
If they came from the correct angle, right?
Okay.
But like this, it should be very difficult.
Yeah, they had a ward down, so they knew where he was. Crit made the rotation, but couldn't connect for the kill fast enough.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say, we've casted a bunch of games now with Luna Visage, and I feel like for some reason it's always looked like this. They just, the lanes are just too hard for some reason. And you feel like it shouldn't be that way. Like, these are pretty strong laners, but... Okay, catching crits.
Yeah, he's in the Arena of Blood. Disposed, got off the wand charges, but he's still dead. Does force a few more spells onto himself, and Nightfall's coming in. Hasn't used the Black Hole yet. Has Wraith Pact even. Might look for the 2 supports. No. Okay, but he did make them scatter, and LGD are not really looking like they want to fight this any longer. Nothing to say. Doing his best, trying to get out of here, as using the False Promise. Why? He's going to live at 40 HP. The Black Hole doesn't catch anything, but he's going to get those Alpha Wolves. Down they go. Nightfall catches the Black Hole he wants, and LGD make it out alive.
Yeah. Actually, a little thing I noticed is when Sven presses Warcry, right, this Primal Beast goes insane. So fast. It's so much damage on this trample.
That's a good point.
And also with the Eidolons. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, these Eidolons used to be much more sluggish. They did receive some pretty significant buffs, I think, like to their animations and turn rates, which helps them move much more fluidly, but even more so, right, when they've got that move speed buff. Absolutely. Yeah, good call on that. Warcry for Fly. And of course, this is not a chorus fan. He's ignoring what it's Great Cleave. What am I going to hit creeps? Absolutely not. I'm a position 5. You crazy?
Yeah, this is definitely the best I've seen a position 5 Sven look. Like, solidify his lane, win it, and now just running with his team. Being kind of tanky, having a stun, and then buffing.
No. I mean, tanky enough, right? I mean, he's just got a wand. He's got these infused raindrops, and he's going straight into Shard, wasting no time. He's not going to quite be able to buy it right at 15 minutes. But again, that's 7 bonus armor early on. That is completely undispellable, which stacks fully with Warcry.
Yeah. But they haven't managed to catch Ame, so he's still the top net worth now actually, and this is what you need. One of the problems for Secret, like they didn't have this.
What, Arteezy? What, you gamer? He caught him in the trees. Unbelievable. Nothing to say. Tried to get out in time. Arteezy knows he can smell the fear off of him and will collect his soul with what a kill.
Yeah, very good glyph usage there.
Unbelievable.
And now Abed really quickly sits up top here. But I don't know if they can go. Fly is coming.
They've got Y as well behind. He's got False Promise ready. This does feel like a difficult kill, but not if you take down the Oracle first. He has managed to so far be a bit evasive.
Here's Crit.
There's Crit in with a stolen rebound. Faith Beyond certainly not expecting that.
Yeah, look at the Primal go there.
Oh, and they caught Y. He aggroed the wagon on over. So unlucky. Abed is not even bothering with the kill onto Y. Might even just give it. Yeah, there they go. They'll give it to Abed. A double kill for him. Everything's turning up EG.
Yeah, now looking good. I mean, their hope here is Ame de Luna going for BKB. And how are they? Yeah, they're kind of closing in on Wraith Pact on Faith Beyond. So that will probably be their timing. Oh, but Roche. The timing is just, it's too slow.
Yeah. In they go. Nightfall with all the Eidolons. Abed as well can tank this easily. He'll probably come in and relieve Fly momentarily. If they can, go ahead. There it is. Pathing a little bit obstructed there, but this is going to go down relatively quickly. And I just don't see LGD, not without this Blink Dagger, at least for nothing to say. They just don't have the team fight to contest that.
Yeah. No, they're going to need to Luna BKB, hit the nice arena, and then go in with the Birds sidekick on Ame and hope he cleans up. But now this Sven is actually...
Birds. Oh, they got both of them. 200 gold for crits, and now maybe even a kill onto SinQ. They are going to lose, however, Fly for this, but Arteezy's in. He's already got another bird. 300 gold already in the fight, and SinQ trying to tank through this one. Does get the False Promise. There's nothing to say with the Blink, and he does catch Nightfall, but the Wraith Pack's still out. Arteezy gets off the Requiem. He's still alive, toggling on back to Agi to collect the soul of SinQ, and he's still going to live through this one. Farming Ancients. Down he goes, finally, I think, to Ancients, but I bet activating the BKB, he's going to go ahead and route Ame from this fight. He's kind of completely alone here, though. The rest of the team trying to catch up to him, and now they will easily collect it now. The life of Ame. Black Hole as well. This time it doesn't miss, but it is still canceled. There's the onslaught on it. It catches nothing to say as soon as he blinks. Abed really trying for this kill here as the stolen Eclipse used just for a bit of disco lights from Crit. Joining this fight for the second time is SinQ. This time Arteezy without an Aegis. They're going to have to let Faith Beyond live. But is that the cost? I'm nothing to say. And Ame.
Yeah. Ame really didn't want to fight there, but it was actually looking kind of promising, but EG, they just had too much stuff there. And I think Fly, yeah, he's completed his scepter here. So
here's a replay. When does this stop looking good for LGD? Because from here it looks great.
Let's see here. I think, yeah, Enigma is on his way here, so the Enigma hasn't done anything yet. And when he arrives here, I think the tides... Okay, he gets stunned up first, right? So you don't notice him. But the Wraith Pact is here, already reducing damage. And now it's just hopeless. And this is when Ame shows up. When the fight is already over. And he feels like, yeah, now I ran all the way here, let's fight. But... Yeah.
There's a kill onto Y, and unfortunately that doesn't really give him a lot of information. Finally, Ame's going to move into the jungle after he respawns, but they were trying to get the D ward there, and they'll swiftly punish him for that. Arteezy, okay, slightly displaced from his team. He's just going to activate Mask of Madness and remove half HP from SinQ, though, just like that. And EG, they seem to really like this tempo kind of playstyle. They're already onto the top tier 2 tower, even before mid. You get the Fortify out. Nothing to say is going to clear the way mid to make sure that they can't siege 2 towers now. It's a good play. It's going to give some breathing room for the rest of LGD to farm a bit more. And with that space, sorry to cut you off, Pi. BKB's on the way now for Ame.
Okay. Let's see. They're still lacking a little bit in damage, but they do, like, it's not completely hopeless yet. Can still win fights here. There's no BKB on Enigma, for example.
Nightfall. He's snuck past his ward. why he's tried to catch them out here with this. But LGD as well, kind of following on through, but it's going to be Ame. I think the person they get the jump on behind, though, is why. Can he get the ulti off? Getting the BKB off at least as Ame, but there's going to be no black hole for this fight as they kill the Enigma. It was on cooldown for another minute anyway, but they forced the BKB all the same, and now they're going to look to counter-engage. Abed, it's time for his BKB. Nothing to cancel here, the Pulverize, except for the Dispel. There's another Stolen Eclipse here, still doing damage, but Ame still lives. Arteezy has killed both birds as the down goes Crit, down goes Ame. Why with 2 kills here? Arteezy trying to get the ulti off. Sinkyu's going to interrupt it the once before he sent scattering back with the fear. Abed still chasing after this Oracle. Now it's to contend with nothing to say, but EG, they picked up now both supports, or will shortly here, as why being ran down. Another Stormhammer stun in a second. Nothing to say, able to TP away. It's Arteezy who gets through Y, and maybe Abed still looking for more. Onslaught in a second here, Pi. Does he die for it? Absolutely. There he goes.
Triple kill.
Okay. Oops. Oh, you can see like there was slight hope there, but they have 2 BKB. No, they didn't even have BKB on Shadowfiend yet. He just came in later when most spells were used and they could clean up.
Yeah, I mean, and check out Fly's damage in that fight recap. He's still doing damage here in these fights, actually. Second most behind Arteezy, sure, but 1,600 damage done by a Sven is pretty commendable.
Yeah, no, he's showing that this hero actually works.
And they might be able to catch something to say. Ooh, that was a close one, but Nightfall, oh, he knows where he's at. Breaking the trees, giving chase. There's no TP away for nothing to say. Good spear, but no trees to stun him. As Crit is going to cut him off here. Nothing to say, trying to juke through the trees. I think he now realizes he is well, just about dead. Nightfall doing what he can here, bringing in a couple more Eidolons. They will eventually get that kill on nothing to say after he escapes their grasp down bottom.
Yeah. And now this game is very difficult. You lost that fight showing the BKB on Luna. I mean, you probably still have 1 or perhaps 2 more fights like that left. Roche is still, it's 3 minutes, but Luna can pick up another item. And yeah, and hopefully Enigma doesn't finish BKB, but I don't see... I don't know, he only needs like 1.4k gold, right? And he'll have it, so...
That'll be a bit difficult. He's getting there, and anytime they do group up for a siege now, Arteezy has this 15 talent, right presence, or affects buildings, and he's eager to push. He's going to make use of this even through backdoor because apparently his attack range exceeds that of the towers.
Yeah, and the problem here even is they have a lot of physical damage on LGD, right? But this armor that Sven provides is, I don't know, it's just Luna does not deal the damage you think she does. How much is it? It's a lot, right? It's 7 passive plus 15. So 22 armor if they pop their BKBs. Like, they're not dying to this Luna.
Yeah, it's quite a bit, right? I've only calculated it with this 10 Warcry armor talent, but you know, when I tested it in demo mode, it'll bring a hero with 0 armor all the way up, I think, like to 28, which is like 66% damage resistance.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, and it's undispellable. At least the 7 armor is, right? And of course, if you have Vlad's, that's undispellable as well, that aura. So you're already looking at like 10 armor easy in these fights.
Yeah.
The damage mitigation, I mean, maybe this is why, you know, like you said, this is not the first time we've seen this Lunar Blessing with familiars go to work, but they're just not living in these fights. This nerf that Visage received quite recently, where they nerfed the radius from 1200 to 900 on the cloak, it means that the birds can't be that far away from you before they lose that resistance aura, and they're made of paper, man.
Yeah.
Like here, look, Arteezy 2-shots him. I mean, sure, he's got minus armor, right? But that doesn't normally happen if they're close to the Visage.
Yeah. And Enigma is about to pick up his BKB. Everything is just smooth. They're just trying to like constrict the map a bit, waiting for the Roche.
Here's an opening though, maybe for LGT. They're gonna smoke up.
Yeah.
They are fighting maybe into this BKB, but Nightfall's not here, so it would be a 5v4 fight. No Aegis advantage. This could be an opening, and that's a great start as well, as Crit is gonna be left behind. Fly thought about counter-initiating, but they'll just let the Rubik go.
Now you gotta respect it about like strong teams like this, like LGD. Even though Mars is like 300 gold away from BKB, Luna really wants to finish her butterfly. They still look for any opportunity they can to like stop the bleed.
Yeah.
So it's been at 7k gold in now for what, 4 minutes? And like you don't want to let it slip further.
Yeah, I mean, that power spike, you know, is essentially just on Eagle Song, right? A little bit more armor, some damage and attack speed thanks to the Agi for Ame, and in you go. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you can really wait, like you're saying, for all these luxury items. I mean, now they're coming online, right? There's Marcy with her BKB, but Arteezy with an eye of his own with a fresh butterfly and likely a kill on a Faith Beyond. Decent micro here, but with a pulverize at the ready, yeah, that piggy is definitely going to market.
Yeah, and Fly, instead of helping out with the kill, picks up a bird. He knows how it feels.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
Oh, a full butterfly and Shadow Fiend. Him, you give him 20 more armor, I don't see him dying.
So magic, yeah, the magic damage is not really beat up. Plus, he's got BKB, of course.
Yeah.
And the beauty, right, of being able to disassemble your Mask of Madness is you put all the components to use. That's, what is it, Quarterstaff goes into the Butterfly, and that Morbid Mask is going to head into Satanic.
Yeah.
Pure efficiency there for Arteezy. You can see Ame looking to do the same, and he's done a commendable job keeping even here with Arteezy, especially considering how dangerous the map has been for him to be showing on or farming on.
Yeah, for sure. And Roche could potentially be up now, right? So it kind of forces LGD to go.
LGD are going to be spurred to action here, but this time I think EG in a much better position compared to when they got the pick up onto Crit. Zapping the wave here, Nightfall. It's going to be hiding in these trees. Blink Dagger and BKB, but the wrap from LGD might break on him here as they're all smoked up. EG, though, showing patience, holding good cliffs here in the enemy triangle. LG just out of range is Ame. He's going to peek on forward. His blink's going to break. There's going to be the drums of endurance, and nothing to say. He's going to go on, finds a spear, but Arteezy's too fast on the BKB. Gets off the ulti. The BKBs, though, from Ame, and nothing to say. Allow him to turn, and the BKB, or sorry, the Black Hole is only on the Sin Q. He should die during this. No, he's still continuing to fight, thanks to the Ball Promise, which only lasts another second. Down he goes. Faith Beyond on the run. But LGD, they've been scattered from this fight. They're chasing now even a secondary hero there. That's why he does manage to escape thanks to a fortuitous Invis rune. Good luck at least for LGD is that Roche is not yet up, but this might cost them still some map control.
Yeah, and they're quick here. Abed, because LGD still don't know if Roche is up, so he wants to farm. But Abed reads this and just finds him.
And Flies here as well, and there's no BKB here. They just used it in that last fight. The trample, look how fast he is there. The war cry, pulverized to secure it, and Abed's got like 9-0 and 11 here on the mid lane Primal Beast.
That's the difficulty, right? You know the Roche could be up, but it wasn't up. So instead of roaching, EG are just out looking for you.
And
that's
now,
the gamble you take.
And now, because you gambled wrong, it's just all gone. You know, you're almost bankrupt now at this stage, because now Roche is going to respond. Crit is just going to be, you know, the man in the pit, the ward in the pit to notify the team. And that'll go down relatively quickly here, to say the least.
Yeah.
LGD, maybe still a couple fights left in them, but EG with some proper positioning here in that last fight certainly are able to flex their net worth advantage, and now we're looking to get an Aegis on top. Nice reaction time there from Arteezy to get the BKB up. That made all the difference in that fight.
Yeah, and even more armor here coming up from the spam, going for the Solar Crest.
Wow.
So yeah, he buffs up.
You know, of all the heroes to take advantage of a Solar Crest, I think Primal does it pretty well, right? Because not everyone cares for that 10% move speed, or the armor even, but Primal certainly does. He's happy to have that. Yeah, that one feels pretty good. Abed did lose his courier. It looks like it had a Shiva's Guard on it, so he's got even more armor now.
Yeah.
Careful. LGD looking for a bit of a jump here. They do have a ward, and they see Arteezy farming, but quite suspiciously, Pi, he's completely alone.
Yeah. But you don't know, right?
Yeah, that doesn't look right to me. It was kind of the right move, and guess what? They're going to find Ame completely alone again. He has BKB this time, but can he even get it off? There's no one here to save him. Someone help on Ame. Oh, he gets the BKB off, but he still dies, Pi. Sinq trying to fight through this one. Abed as well. Pops his own BKB. Nightfall has no black hole, but they don't need it. The damage on a Faith Beyond, who's hiding against the spear wall, at least is going to be able to live a bit longer. Sinq dies, though. All in exchange only for Crit. But Ame, the big one to drop yet again, just moving, trying to make the right moves onto the other side of the map, and EG's just waiting there for him.
Yeah, and unfortunately the Oracle is so close, but yet so far away. Doesn't make it there with the ultimate, with the false promise. So if he gets that off, I still think they lose, but at least decide to fight back.
Oh no, the birds.
Birds.
Oh, it's just... Okay, he's got 2 more. He's got 2 more. And they're level 2 birds at least. He didn't have to cast it at level 11. That never feels too good. The Fortify used out though. And LGD now, they've just about used up all their defensive reserves here. Wraith Pact even. It's going to keep EG off of the high ground.
Yeah, they're gonna still have Black already.
Yep. I didn't have it in that last engagement. I don't know how much they really need to force high ground now. They still have Aegis for 3 more minutes here. Now you've got
the birds.
Fortifies of the birds. All those were brand new birds. They barely get to spread their wings, and now the black hole is gonna find 2 cores yet again. This isn't a core threat, but he's still doing some damage, and now goes Ahmed. Down goes Ahmed. Arteezy punches him into the grave, receives a double kill now. It's nothing to say at BKB, but he's running for his life, and they call it. LGD taken down in just under 30 minutes here by this EG lineup. Well done.
Very well played by EG. Suspicious Oracle pick. You always give the benefit of the doubt, you know, but at the end of the day, it did not work out.
Like Talon can do anything about this. I mean, Tidehunter's just kind of an aura bot. There's no Ravage right now. No Lena means no damage, and trying to go in, but
died forward of the onslaught. BKB Primal Beast. Melee Barracks is on 100 health, just a couple of hits away from death. TSM going to respect Talon's high ground hold though.
I thought Tomato would just go back in. I guess they just don't care about a melee racks that much. I mean, I do feel like teams are just so used to playing against like one lane of lost creeps that it's not worth overcommitting for a barracks. And the Silver Edge will find KP down bottom.
Can he just solo this? Yes, the Glimmer.
Wow, almost. I'm surprised KP went, like he saw him Silver Edge next to him, and then KP tried to farm a creep wave. That was so risky.
Calculated.
Yep.
He knew.
He got out.
Hyde has the Glimmer Cave. He's gonna save me. Back into that top jungle to reclaim their own outpost. That is so telegraphed though, like TSM knows exactly where they are, so they smoke up and they play towards that top part of the map. Mikoto, and they got the stuns for him. Smoke breaks, the phase shift, Ryle, Avalanche, toss, no, the blink into the top play, and they were absolutely ready for him.
Tomato was just waiting for he was literally standing on top of his blink location, and now we get to finish up the racks, and they may just go for a second lane here, try and force a puck buyback. He does have it. Top lane, meanwhile. Okay.
Half health from Laguna Blade that get the kill on the Death Prophet, but the rest of TSM, they're on your tier 3 top.
Home in trouble, guys. Home in trouble.
Orphan's gonna wait for him back as the Aegis expires. 3 hits and the Enchantress disappears.
They're trying to force this.
Expiring before our very eyes, and they do move forward. KP has Blink Ravage. Pomstead has Wraith back. Morphling trying to be focused down here by Talon, but the damage from the tree volley. Nearly enough annihilates the puck. Tidehunter, with the three of them chasing Tomato, they desperately scramble and want this kill. But in the back lines, Makoto's being held back, and the TP's home successfully. So they get the DP in the Chen, but that was meant to be Talon's way back into the game with a Morphling kill.
And Jubu split pushing bottom gets a tier 3 tower with his creeps. But yeah, all these buybacks, like they're buying back knowing that they've killed Death Prophet and can win a team fight. Like they just need to Dream Coil some of these key targets, but the Lina just wasn't quite there on time to kind of combo with KP's Ravage. Not to mention the coil only catching a Chen, so Talon just getting kind of eluded, just really good kind of disengaging from TSM, stopping Talon from landing any of these key spells.
Is Bryle gonna solo kill the Engi here? Yes? No? Maybe? Yes, he does. A little dangerous though. Rebound, the totem, seal flopping into danger again. Getting exposed across, but dead to Savage. Angel Stabilizer, focusing the Lina, disarming up Savage as well, while State of Morphling trashing through with the right click damage. Life Striker is there and the Lina dead. Tide now stranded. Another seal flop to the high ground, gets a bit of distance for KP. And a blink away to TP. Tomato is close to getting one touch in there to cancel the blink. Not quite able to do it.
Okay. Not bad for Talon in some ways, like killing off the Tiny there. Lina comes very close to surviving. Got her Silver Edge off it there at the end. It was just barely coming back off cooldown. Could have maybe ran away since there was no more gem on the Radiant side, but I mean, EKB scurry himself out of there, but this is a game that...
Tomato.
Tomato's getting massive here.
So very scary playing as this puck. I guess you have the Aeon Disc now, so another little safety measure, but Scythe of Ice up on the DP. That is a huge item for TSM to utilize here. 30 seconds for potential Roche spawn.
Smart pickup, because so much of this game has been made annoying by the puck just cutting waves and split pushing, and now you've got this, not just Scythe of Ice, but a Blink to go with it. So this Blink Hex as a way to kind of set up and give you another catch, since, you know, you can't entirely rely on Tiny to be everywhere always at once.
Tomato with a fresh BKB. Arcane Rune. They want something up top.
然后再是这个打盾。其实我觉得直接打盾，对面就会主动过来，就是干扰你打盾的时候，你就可以找到机会，利用一个马尔斯的技能就把对面给定住啊，对不对？就这种一直在纠结，我杀个人，我再怎么样？
有可能是在等BKB 吧，
对。
啊？这是在脸上点了个雾吗？
哦。
然后秒化，
对，杀金矿，有点晕哦。
不会是故意的吧？就一个人破路，然后另一个人走到了。
哇，是成功把他秒杀。
有没有可能是故意的？
说不来，这个是真的有点说不来。
这波假装开雾，然后有一个人直接被小强秒破，但是在雾的里面的海明啊，找到机会击杀了一个。
又戳到了一个什么东西，戳到了一个这个滚滚想跑不掉。
这一波总该打了吧 ？BP
这真的该打了，该有的都有了，不周波了。马再戳，戳到这个巫医，今天一套，巫医诅咒硬打，来，这就有点意思了呀。这海明不会咒死了吧？起球我下伤害，刚才要是不躲的话，真的有可能400伤害直接给炸飞了。有机会。好，这一打。戳一下，翻刺，
很漂亮啊！但是好像被控了，
对，没有控制了，但是留一个小强应该问题不大。走位躲戳，被停 A。
对呀，我在想，既然 PA 能踢走，为啥强子不踢走啊？
可能脆了点吧，可能是太脆了，他吃不了，
他踢不走，感觉自己踢不走。
对，感觉他们一踢他就被这种各种技能甩死了，感觉很难跑了。而且刚才那个毛的话，有句说句 CD 也差不多好了嘛。
嗯。进入一个 Boom 战队的第一波强时期啊，第一波
是。
19分钟12000胜他。我这个 PA 的经济可以说也是比较健康的，也是算是刷起来了。他本来经济很惨，但目前来说来到第3，至少自己这个 BKB 是看得见的，是吧？不是摸不着影子。
现在这个 TA 是绝对强势期啊 ！BKB 魔龙枪暗灭加一个灵野长弓15级，你要利用这个带盾的 BKB 暗灭，快速的蚕食你的2塔了。对刷跟这个 PA 对刷其实没什么意思。来了，
对你等到这个 BKB 是有一点风险的，这边抓到 TA 啦，直接秒杀，
被秒，最后拿到滚下破牌。这波小强是被找到了，小强是在这个后排被这个 TA 给偷偷摸摸偷了，然后谜团第一闪也过不来。哎呦，这打的，
这个沉默大真的捏得死。就刚才他其实可以沉默大，然后断掉无一大，这个海明是不会死的，你知道吗？他就是看不见谜团就不放，看不见谜团就不放。是的，
他就是完全，你谜团漏了我漏，你谜团不放大我不放，是吧？我就这个大招抠了，我跟你谜团大招1换1了。
是的，打得很明确。那这波打完 PA 死了，然后圣堂刺客也马上跳刀了。
对，
有点难打的呀。这还差1000块的 BKB， 得要兄弟蹲塔才能摸出来。
跳刀，然后 TA 下一下应该就是金箍棒了。如果一旦金箍棒了，这个 PA 可能就要糟中了。他可能要利用好第一波 BKB 的那一波。看说实话没有哦，这波
啊这边开得很快，但是这个滚是啥情况？问题不大。
对，
他这个滚雪球有意思的呀，他滚到侧面防止无一弹弹乐弹他，这也太秀了吧！
凤这些小操作是真的细，对吧？这把就利用这种小操作，利用这种小 combo， 无限的小刀割肉啊！
优化级毛 CD 啊，有点可惜。
哦，下2塔这个 TA 慢慢磨掉。
BP 是已经来到了自己的一个带宝石阶段啊。
对，扫图。谜团这个以太加魔晶加怨灵之气，我觉得这局这么出也不是不可以，但是现在他每次团递上来的是很晚的，你这么出你团来的就特别晚，就你不如真的是一直跟着团算了。
然后这一波的话，又是敌对中路路线打个空城计啊，主打一个其他3兄弟抓 PA 啊，看到了，完了，
逼走啊！他利用这个视野逼走了，兄弟们都懵了，神了哇！这也能逼走？
是的，
想不到，小强这边反手刺一下，就像是这 TA 一下直接把小强秒掉。
哦，这波 PA 活下来了，并且拿到自己 BKB 啊！感觉红龙这边要做的是什么？是等这个盾消，等这个盾消，想办法找机会干一波。但这边不太想，一定要在自己有盾的情况下给你打，打得很凶。
45秒落山，跳过来，马尔大加这个戳，贴纸跟上输出，直接带走了这个谜团。滚滚是切掉了后排的海明，然后原地 TP。
有点缺小攻。
马上就没有
感觉
30秒，爆推了。
海明死的话，感觉就只有马尔斯一毛了。
对。
大路线顶一下 ，Jacky 这边的盾还有10秒钟，10秒钟想 A 掉这个塔，但是被缴械了，能 A 掉吗？应该问题不大。
就硬 A 完就走，盾一交，蓝血回满。然后好像是想再打什么回马枪之类的，因为这边是个贴的陷阱。这边要跳过来一下，但是无疑变成一个这个魔晶形态。马尔斯戳，港场的视野又被排掉。JK表示我就是要无限压制你，给你压力，不让你这么顺心的打钱。我有宝石，我不可能让你在这打。
我在想这魔晶真不如绿杖吧，感觉。
可能魔晶打马尔斯会好一点。
就是他跳过来开你，然后直接魔晶一下把技能躲了。
对。
目前来说有点看不到红龙的翻盘点啊。
这个翻盘点可能是这个沉默的走位失误。
是对，首先你想打赢团，你一定要秒掉这个沉默，那才有打赢团的一个资本。
沉默必须得死。
但这个沉默目前来说是没有给太多机会的。
哇！被一个幻象把全技能打出来了，奥克瑞啥情况啊？懵了。
不是这个 PA 他的那个魅影无心还没破呢，他直接上去了。
这波 BKB 交的，那就只能等 BKB 好了。那 BKB 好，我怎么感觉 TA 的金箍棒已经好了，还早运这个 BKB CD。
PA 还要死，兄弟！找错方向了。完了，被毛住了，死人一具。
哇，这波一死，我感觉游戏都快结束了，都不是什么死人一具了，整个队都要凉了这局。
那 DP 带他上你高了呀，有什么好说的？
上高。黄 A，
守不了呀。那塔防也在冷却，这路感觉要放哦。
马斯大招
不放，
然后用魔晶躲车上，这能躲是能躲，挣扎一下不拿下，挣扎不动了呀！滚滚大招进场，贴疯狂输出，把滚滚直接站着 A 死，这个 P 还没活呢，这是团灭加一路。这一拳，然后这一拳因为 PA 自己没用好。
PSG LGD's turn to pick.
Usually too high, so sometimes you don't even get the pop heal, you just die instantly. Yeah, a little bit confused.
Some burst, yeah, but a somewhat strong lane, some survivability there, right, built into both the Eng and the Faceless Void. They can engage from range. Probably Arteezy, right, who's going to be able to disengage as well. And get some HP back, ideally, depending on his lane matchup. Of course, EG, they're still going to be needing to round out this draft. Obviously, there's 3 more heroes to consider, but they are going to be needing likely some more damage into Chrono, especially early on. That's not going to be coming from the Eng. I don't think Fly quite plays the Eng like he plays Puppey. Like Puppey plays the Eng is what I meant to say. Pardon me. But I mean, Eng is not going to do damage in Chrono. So we need maybe like a Snapfire to consider, or some mid lane with some splash damage into Chrono, which would be nice.
Yeah, they picked Doom. Okay. I mean, if we go by their history, this is a position 4 primal with a Doom, but yeah. No, that's kind of an odd pick to me. Obviously, the plan is to Doom the Void, but I mean, the lane can Doom like any hero that deals damage over time, right? Is decent versus Void.
10
but
seconds.
In general, I would say Primal has a stronger matchup than
5
Doom in the lane at least. Maybe not.
By the way, this is the 4th straight game that Evil Geniuses have banned Clockwork in the first phase, pardon, and the 3rd game that they've banned Morphlane. You know, I know everyone likes to meme on EG, but it seems like once they find something that works for them, they really just kind of stay true to it, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, especially now when there's not a lot of information, right?
Right.
Like, what are they gonna do? They look at LGD's games versus Hokori, where they almost lost both games, and they're gonna go like, yeah, let's ban the Visage. Like, nah, let's keep banning this Clockwork. We don't like playing it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Here to deal with. Oh,
I mean, I wonder if this will be the first match ever where Marcy is not banned or picked. That will be.
Curiously, so far uncontested. Also, another elephant in the series to address, pardon, is that Enigma not the best synergy, right, with a Faceless Void. So, you know, I wouldn't be too surprised if EG pass on it this time in exchange for, I don't know, something like a Beastmaster, say, for example. So yeah, it's also uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. Oh no, never mind. EG, yeah, they can.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Okay, oh, never mind. There she goes.
Okay, there's the Marcy. You just had to remind them, didn't you? There's the Marcy. Okay, sets you up for a fairly aggressive offlane. Of course, right now EG have very little information on what that lane is going to look like into the Marcy, but given how strong the hero is, I'm sure that's a confident pick all the same.
Yeah.
5 seconds remain.
Sure.
Well, for LGD now to respond.
Wait, so EG have second? Did they have second pick both games now? Because it seems like versus EG, you don't want to let them have second pick. They just have too many strong last picks and like second phase last pick. You just get countered.
Okay, so the Slug Lich. Lich, a hero we're starting to see a bit more of, and of course in a hero that's very annoying to the Faceless Void. Really want to have to chrono a Lich. He doesn't like desperately ruin your chrono like a Wyvern would, or what's another hero like an Oracle would absolutely ruin your chrono, but he can certainly be annoying enough to consider with the strength of his shield, right? Reducing the physical damage. That's something to consider now for this Arteezy Faceless Void.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're considering Leshrac now. Like, that's the insta hero you think about when you see Lark. It looks pretty good to me. I don't know what would stop them.
Well, these kinds of heroes that, like, obviously they don't like being doomed. No one really does, except Doom when he has his own acceptor, right? Doom yourself now, quite funnily.
Yeah.
But no one really likes being doomed. But there are some heroes that don't mind fighting into it, as long as you're not broken. And I think Lesh, right? If you can, you know, toggle on your Pulse Nova, maybe you still actually fight okay.
Yeah.
You know, Monkey King as well is one of these heroes, right? Like, he sometimes doesn't care, especially if you doom him inside his Wukongs. Like, he'll just fight you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
These kind of guys.
It is Radiant's ban.
So, 3G.
Yeah, never mind. Enigma makes sense.
Enigma. Okay.
It's strong, right? Yeah. It's also a hero that Slark really doesn't like playing against. Like, you're just taking this casual AoE damage from Midnight Pulse, getting trapped in the black hole is spooky. And I don't think the lane is particularly good either.
I don't think Lich really fancies that matchup either, right? He doesn't want Chain Frost bouncing to 6 Eidolons in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, and I don't think the lane is... I mean, they're gonna do fine versus level 1 Eidolons, right?
Yeah.
But then it's not very good.
Yeah, and even then, like, I feel like even if it's like level 2 Eidolons and you get rebounded and disposed and they split on you, you just have to run. I mean,
it's very easy to feed here with the Lich.
Yeah. He's a kind of a sink or swim hero. Generally, he does well versus these like singular heroes that bully offlaners, or the singular bully offlaners, like like an Axe, right? He really is good against, or someone like a Centaur, he can be good against, right? Because he's just magic damage, and you can never catch up to him. But as soon as you bring summons,
yeah,
Lich is more difficult there. So EG looking still for a mid laner then. Right now, the only problem I'm really seeing here, Pi, with EG's draft is they are, especially in the mid to late game, a bit dependent on their cooldowns, right? Black Hole, Chronosphere, absolutely teamfight turning abilities, right? It's the ones that make the caster scream. But we don't get to do that very often, and that's the problem here for EG. They need a little bit more. They're reliant on their uptimes on their ultis.
Yeah.
It is Dire's ban.
Exactly.
So I like the Tiny and the Lina ban, especially if you go.
Seconds. 5 seconds remain. A true warrior.
Look for something more nasty here for the mid lane. And EG should be feeling good. They have so many picks. I guess a lot of mid laners are banned out, but I mean the ledge track is still there, and depending on what LGD pick, it might just be amazing hero for them.
Yeah, and the Lesh still is an option. That's certainly a hero that fits my criteria. Low downtimes, lots of damage output, even into Chrono, right? Could be something. Nihilism is always somewhat interesting against these melee heroes that want to get on top of you. We saw that earlier for Quinn, and unfortunately didn't really get to see too much of it, right? Because that game didn't last long.
Oh, they ban it. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, and actually, I hear you mentioned earlier, but not for mid, is Snapfire. Like, if LGD pick a melee hero here for mid, Snapfire can be quite strong as a core. Long range damage, and then you have low cooldown spells that also deal decent damage.
Okay, somewhat of a risky pick here, but without like an instant stun or disable, it's really only the threat of Chrono or Black Hole that is really going to condemn this puck.
Yeah.
So I like this for nothing to say, right? Give him a skill-based hero, something he can outplay his opponents on.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
EG, is there a mid laner comes to mind, has that kind of catch, that disable for a puck, while still meeting some other criteria, perhaps, of being able to assist in early Chronos and a little bit more of a generic skirmisher and not so much a big old T kind of person? I don't know. It's kind of asking a lot.
Yeah, hard. Like a tiniest band, right? Guess you could go for like a Queen of Pain. It's not the best though. It's like it's a little awkward.
I mean, there's a Void Spirit. That's usually something we see.
Oh, Ember was left. Okay.
Okay. That's damage into Chrono. That's a decent catch.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good in lane too. I mean, it will still be hard to catch puck later on, but you catch him once, and that's enough. It's Chrono.
Exactly, especially once, I mean, if this game goes really late, Navi, they're not with us here for the, they didn't make it out of the last chance qualifiers, but if this goes late and in Navi fashion where everyone's got refreshers, that's probably enough catch, isn't it? Pardon me, isn't it?
Not for sure. And I do believe this matchup is very good for Ember. Unless Puck gets some help early, like deny some runes. Because eventually, like, it's a brainless matchup. You're just spamming Sleight of Fist. And it's just too much damage for the Puck to handle.
Yeah, of course. And with the removal of the mid-side camps, right, these kinds of matchups do get a little bit more punishing and difficult to recover from in the mid lane. Yeah. You're going to need to look for some rotations. And this lane Puck with some lanes to rotate into, right? An Enigma pre-6 or even a Faceless Void might be an option to gank alongside a Doom as long as you have the coil up. So, yeah. I'm liking this draft from LGD a lot better. I like this Lich much more than Oracle. Again, the Oracle I'm a little bit still on the fence about. I think we've seen 2 games, right? Didn't Thunder try it out as well? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 2 games of it that had not really looked so good. Lich we've also seen, and I'm a bit more hopeful about this hero in this kind of lineup for LGD.
Yeah, they have early. They can just go for the kill on it, like, because Slark can just spell the stun, right? But if the Marcy like commits to laning with Enigma, I think this lane can get really rough. Lich and Slark.
Go the exchange of tips. Everyone eager to get them out ahead of time. It's a nice showing. Making sure you're not saving them for, you know, When an enemy misses the last hit or an ulti or something like that. Fly gets into the mid lane rather quickly, but of course, there's Ame up on the high ground who's got really good night vision. We say it every single time, and somehow I always forget that he has 1800 day and night vision.
Yeah.
Voila. Voila.
And he went for over Venom, so they're looking to go really aggressive early. It's Lich and Slark. I wonder if they can even get a kill. Huh?
The dub voice line, sorry, I always forget about that. The mental game, right? It's easy. Good stuff there as he plants his banner. He's gonna here to fight here. Both teams kind of just sat across the river, staring each other down. See who will break the peace right now? It's kind of Sinkyu wagging his tail in the mid lane there.
Some respect to Nightfall there. Even as an Enigma, he shows up to contest runes. It's very helpful.
Yeah, make him think you're gonna take level 1 Malefice, right?
Just being the body here is good.
Yeah, good enough. And it'll be runes 2 apiece. LGD will get the river runes, and EG will settle for the high ground runes.
Okay, so I'm very curious how they'll play their safe lane here. He has an Orb of Venom. Lich, obviously, low cooldown Frostblast. So how do you do this? Let's find out.
Take a look. Mid lane, of course, Abed versus Nothing to Say. Ember and Puck matchup, certainly a high skill-based one. Might end up seeing a solo kill if things start snowballing one way or the other, but of course EG with the ability to rotate slightly easier on this Marcy.
Okay, they're just manning up on Enigma straight up. And
yep, he's TPing. Oh, he cancels it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Crit did take, of course, Dispose early, as somehow this wave got completely pushed under tower for our TZ top lane. I didn't quite catch how this happened, but this lane already is looking a bit funky.
Yeah.
Need to stack and recover them here. Has time walk. Fly with level 1 impetus. Harass it as much as he can. We'll go Fly and try to absorb as much experience here. So it's solo XP for our TZ on, I think, what was a double range creep lane. So he's doing pretty well for himself up there. Split experience a little bit with the Doom.
Yeah. And yes, Nightfall survived the level 1 here.
So far, so good. And it does get the split there on the Eidolons, but again, they're not super scary early, or when they get upgraded and they get some titles in front of their name. You start being a little bit more concerned for your well-being. Bottle for bottle in the mid lane. Nothing to Say gets his just slightly earlier. But of course, with the pointed Flame Guard can be extra annoying. And as you say, just maxing Sleight of Fist. So that's all there is to do in this matchup, it feels like.
Yeah. I just spam that on Puck. Very easy harass. Looking like Abed Ember, it's also a little bit of a specialty hero. I believe like every time he's reached one of these MMR goals, you know, like whatever, he was one of the first 10, 11 or 12k, one of those.
Yeah,
it's always been Ember Spirit carrying him there.
Skill-based matchup, and you know, like this game, is enemies are going to need to put, you know, together the lockdown here quite effectively to make sure they can kill him. You know, with a Puck to get the ball started, it should definitely be possible. Not to mention, actually, Lich has somewhat decent catch. You know, whether or not he actually lives to remember jumping him is an entirely different question. But Sinister Gaze is actually an instant cast if you're facing already your target. So that's also a possibility to set things up on for an Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
Cheeky point there. The Syrian James for some more damage. Come back, Nothing to Say a bit. It's a minute to water rune, so Nothing to Say is going to be forced back into his jungle. But look at Crit already moving on over to pick up the rune. Nicely done. Asking for the high five there. Making sure he sees me, you know?
Yeah. Maybe Nightfall can die here.
Yep, he has left him, and there's not a TP scroll here. There's a Dispose, and that's going to give enough space for Ame at least not to collect the kill. Why with insufficient damage. But I don't know how aggressive they can look to get top. A little onslaught here on the fly. He's not really pounding so much there, Sinkyu. It's like a tired toddler, really, as soon as he has that debuff of time dilation on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's hard there. It's not much damage too until it hits level 3. Fortunately, Ame's courier gets both. He crit snipes both couriers.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty
the orb
big.
of corrosion is not coming now.
Yeah, that's right. So a little bit. Well, you've got the components, but you're just missing the recipe. So I don't know how much you're actually missing out.
Yeah, true. A bit later boots. I guess that's the most
definitely. It's gonna be the impact here. Faith Beyond, if they get a couple of bashes here. Artur looking for one. It's been 8 or 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
there
we
we go.
go.
There's the double bash he needs. Is that still going to be enough? Faith Beyond quite speedy here. Fly looking to cut him off as RTZ has to just wait patiently. Go and try and find him around the trees and will receive the kill. Nice
Very
patience.
Structures are fortified.
Maybe even another? No, there's an onslaught. All right.
Need to time the impetus there for maximum damage. Oh, mid lane, Abed is diving.
Oh, now it's getting a kill and nothing to say.
Like so, like being this puck, how much armor? Yeah, he has 2 armor. Like if you're playing puck in this matchup and you don't do well the early waves and get to a chainmail, like you're in trouble.
For a rough time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it feels like it might snowball, right? Look at Abed. I mean, yes, he was low in that exchange, did have to tank tower, but he's right back to mid lane, full HP, full bottle.
Yeah.
Remnants, man.
Now showing up here now is just horrendous. She'll get harassed down, and then when Amber feels like it, he'll just fire Remnant on top.
Ame, I don't know if Ame is so safe here. Yeah, they toss him under tower. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
And why? I think he makes it out of here just fine, but Nightfall, with these level 2 Eidolons and some nice movement from Crit, they will punish that attempt.
Yeah, and it's not getting better down here, right? He's about to hit level 5 on Enigma. That's when the Eidolons are really powerful.
They didn't quite connect there. I mean, it is the Frost Shields, right? Level 1, you do reduce a significant amount of damage at 30%. Nothing to scoff at, right? Or whatever you want to do with your nose. That just clearly wasn't enough.
Tower again.
Yeah, there's a Maledict, but of course with Dark Pact and Pounce, they'll force at least some abilities to be used. Mid lane though, 6-minute rune time, and that's where the supports are paying their attention. Abed's gonna get his regen rune, refill the bottle. Fly doing a really good job there, harassing back Sin Q.
Oh, Coil. Breaks it?
Yeah, he'll snap that one voluntarily. Do they have enough control? Abed, he gets off the remnants. He had one stored down bottom. Regen active is interrupted by something. Maybe there was a projectile that was chasing him. I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, I guess.
Bottom though, they are going yet again, and this time, just like before, it's not going very well for LGD. At least it's Ame who stays alive, and it's Y who will take a dive. And
yeah, unfortunately, this game is looking very much like the first game in terms of net worth, right? Every lane winning for EG, and these type of games are so difficult to play.
Jan. Oh, Arteezy's getting body blocked a bit by the creep. Fly will micro it away. The TV coming from Crit though. They really want this kill, and with rebound, and even now the what's that called? Yeah, the side kick. That'll be a kill if Arteezy can get a bash. There it is.
Yeah, giving the kill to Arteezy there.
Just a second.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is what they
okay,
have
well,
to do.
we've got to do a picture. There we go. Okay, back into the action here. Coil onto the mid lane. It's 3 heroes, soon to be 4, with the TP completing from Faith Beyond onto Abed, but he still gets thrown off. That last projectile mid-air, the bottle sip there, certainly is going to leave more than enough HP. I think he would have been fine regardless, but Abed doing his due diligence there, and still with 7 wand charges, may look to counter-initiate, because guess who's here? Arteezy getting ready to flex this Chronosphere onto the mid lane. Faith Beyond only level 4. Has plenty of armor though. Be a bit of a difficult kill here, especially with Abed worse for wear. Instead, Crit is going to be trying to tank this one. Rune spawns top. It's a DD, but Arteezy, he's down bottom, wants to look for a Chronosphere. Pump fakes it the once. There's the bashes he needs onto Sid Q, and it's eventually going to be a kill in favor of EG. Abed doing a fantastic job playing this one on edge.
Yeah. Finally, they have Rune for nothing to say. That's a bit of a relief. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, LGD, they don't want to sit in any of their lanes, right? So that play they make mid, that's the only thing they can do. Hold the Ember and pray that them as 4 heroes can kill him.
Now the problem is you don't have Coil immediately ready for this DD rune. Nothing to say though, still eager to get it used. There's a Remnant as well showing mid from Abed. Maybe they can still string together a kill with DD, but it is slowly starting to tick down here for nothing to say. About half duration remaining, and really looking to get much out of it. Nice warding for EG. I'll go ahead and credit with that a little bit. Scouts the rune top. And Scott nothing to say with the active, so Abed stays well out of his way. Top though, it's Slark. He's here. Arteezy has Chrono, and he might not even need it here, Pi.
Yeah, he looks quite dead on my screen. God damn.
Yeah, he's dead on my screen too. And that is the second death for Slark. I mean, obviously bottom is, I mean, he's had to give this one up. Just look at this. There's nothing he can really be expected to do here, to be honest, not without dying. But top lane, he gets going, and maybe a bit of frustration, not enough patience. I don't know what to call it there, but that just runs straight into his death.
I think Q lives at least. No, this game is almost even worse, right?
Yeah.
At least they don't have this shadow play against towers, but
yeah, leash. Oh, but there's still been a Chrono the whole time. Arteezy, how aggressive is he gonna want to be? A little aggressive. I mean, look at those bashes. How could you not, right? And it's gonna be the impetus from Fly to get the kill. Arteezy didn't even have enough mana to time walk out, but wasn't really in much threat. Faith Beyond's only level 5.
Arteezy, yep, he finishes Midas. Let's see who gets the rune mid here.
Bottom.
Yeah, it looks like Abed is gonna get it.
Regen. But now that Chrono's been used, it doesn't look like EG are too excited to defend this tier 1 tower. So they'll let it go. Less than 200 HP anyhow. They got a kill onto a Slark. They got a kill onto Y. They're pretty happy with that. And they'll let that one fall. Maybe, just maybe, they can look to do some pushing mid because they know that Slark TP top for that tower.
Yeah.
And with Nightfall perfectly connecting, right on cue as if. He is getting to work already. Still has Black Hole.
Alpha Wolf there. Look at this tower.
They doubled up the Eidolons briefly. The Searing Chains on the Sin-Q. Oh, couldn't even deny the tower. As Crit will pick up the kill onto Sin-Q there. Top lane Arteezy's gonna receive this big old wave that Ame's been pushing. And Faith Beyond finally up to level 6. He's well on his way towards Midas, but it's difficult Doom game here for him, to say the least.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Oh, here they go.
Okay, he's gonna get the Doom off. That is gonna dispel at least the Flame Guard as well. Abed might have bit off a bit more than he could chew. Arteezy gets the deny! And now he might even go for a bit more. Faith Beyond on very little HP. He might even drop the time dilation. And it's Ame who's gonna die. Oh! Oh no! EG, 10 unanswered kills there. They're gonna snatch that one away from Faith Beyond.
That was a beautiful deny. Beautiful. I was just gonna say, this reminds me of a Doom we saw earlier, Resolution Doom.
Yes, it does, versus Thunder Awaken here on this channel, game 2. It's also quite one-sided. This one, well, Pi, 5k net worth lead already. We'll take another look at that one. Why don't we?
Oh yeah, you expect them here to get a free little easy kill, perhaps a comeback going. But like these type of denies just...
They're heartbreaking. And Abed's going in, by the way. Look at this. Nothing to say. He's got an Illusion Orb in a second on the Strength Charts. 9 HP. Can he escape? The escape? No. Cut down in his tracks. Nothing to say. Is killed off. Nightfall's coming in as well. This fight is not looking good right now. And they're looking set as well to catch Faith Beyond. Evil Genius is diving underneath tier 2 tower. Why? Trying to pick up the first kill here. But Crit's just a bit too tanky. And with Fly here to tank and Nightfall to cut the trees, there's just no hiding. Abed, cool guys don't look at their Searing Chains kills, but he's gonna definitely get this one. Sleight of Fist at the ready. Abed blowing up a balloon, and he's gonna pick up the double kill with style points here. Oh, EG, they're feeling themselves.
Oh my god, yeah. No, this is this is utter pure domination.
Oh yes, it is. And it just nothing seems to be going the way of LGD. I mean, 14 unanswered kills, 8k the night with it. It's almost 1 a minute. Arteezy, no one can farm near him right now. He's got Chrono, he's got Javelin. He might even be able to kill some of these heroes. They're so underfarmed.
Yeah.
And just like, we've barely said it here, and we haven't even seen a black hole. But once again, Pi. I've been casting a lot of SA Dota. I was expecting them to just walk on the black hole. No, not quite. Patient. Instead, the action's mid. Faith Beyond takes another death. EG, in they go now. Finding a bash there onto Y. Just a Lich.
Oh, and you have to point out that it's 14 minutes in now, and Lich is still not level 6. That's... That's not fun at all.
I thought you were going to point out the Arteezy, what is that, a triple, maybe quad bash there? I mean,
Yeah.
Just no luck here for LGD. Their map is being choked off. A DD rune spawns top. That might be something for them, but nothing to say. Is not in a really great position here to be able to recover that, as he's still well behind on his build up towards the Switchblade.
Yeah. And you can see Fly, he's going for the ultra greedy build. No points in heal, just max damage. Almost complete the Dragonlance. Like, he's really strong too.
That was incorrect. He is going to be going for a bit. Pick it up, Fly. Come on, come to the dark side. Abed doesn't need that. Oh, Abed maybe needs some trouble. There's going to be the onslaught. Senkyu is up to level 6, has pulverized, and they're going to be able to catch him, but Arteezy threatening with the Chronosphere, scares away the puck, and Abed easily lives through that minuscule amount of damage he takes. Nothing to say now, being given chase. He's got phase shift, and he's got now the Elusive Black Hole to catch him for Nightfall, and down goes. Nothing to say. His third death this match. Of course, no kills still in favor of LGD. Evil geniuses continue just to absolutely apply the pressure everywhere.
Yeah, no hesitation on that black hole. Only level 1 phase shift, right? So you're gonna pop up sooner than later. Only 1 second.
This one just isn't getting any easier here. The all too familiar jingle that LGD's gonna hear. Just 15 minutes in for Abed. Cover him, and that'll honestly allow him to make some more aggressive moves on top of this. I just can't believe. I mean, Abed, he's having such a game. Does have 1 death, so is there? I mean, there's got to be deathless people still so far, right? He's been denied the one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not even a real death, right? It doesn't show up on the scoreboard. It doesn't count to me.
Yeah. Agree. I agree. Will it be 20 unanswered kills here for EG? Only time will tell, but right now it's a smoke play, as they were at least forcing back Arteezy. Still has Chronosphere, but of course the Slark slightly tankier now with his Echo Saber up.
Yep. So how do they even kill Arteezy? Guess they have to catch him in a pulverize into pounds.
Yep, and then a chain frog maybe with that creep still there. This could be an opportunity. There's going to be the pulverize. Arteezy left alone. Is he going to be first to die? He is. And the thanks as well from Arteezy in the quick chat, but in exchange, it seems like they might be able to find Faith Beyond. No, he's a bit too speedy, unless Chris really wants to go diving. Luckily not underneath the tier 2 tower he wants, and I don't believe has the night vision for it either.
Ooh, there looks like they want to dive though.
Yeah. Oh, Nightfall wants to push this tower, and now they see Faith Beyond. It gets the Doom off, but onto Crit mid-flight, and Faith Beyond won't even see that Doom time out by the time he dies. TPs are coming in, but the coil, it's not going to connect, and Abed's in now as well. He's got a full Maelstrom, as they're going to focus down on another to say, look how quickly that puck goes down. Ame might just be next. He's already used Shadow Dance. 3 deaths, all 3 cores, just like that.
No, you can see, and who's dealing the damage there? It's actually Fly on the campus. Oh, beautiful.
Nice job. Crit might pay that with his life as the pulverize. Gonna send him to the ground. That's gonna be the 2nd death here. The LGD falling 2-22 here. And this is all without Arteezy. He still has Chronosphere.
Yeah. Didn't even bother to rank it up. Too much mana.
You're absolutely right. I mean, this Ench is doing damage. It's everyone really chipping in here for Evil Geniuses. They look to take down a tier 2 tower the first of the game. We'll take another look at that one as well.
Yeah, you can see it. It's a very good Doom. He gets him in the air, but here you'll see they miss the coil on Nightfall, right? And Fly is going to start dishing out damage.
Yeah. And that just absolutely frees up the Ember as well, right? He doesn't have to worry about coil. Got an Illusion Rune as well for a casual dispel.
That's how she goes.
And mid, I mean, Crit. He's gonna...
Almighty money.
So if the game can keep going on, like, and them not dying that much, that's all they can hope for right now.
Absolutely. No, Arteezy wasn't able to catch him there. Not much missed, but Coil on cooldown here. Shadow Dance just coming off cooldown and Doom in 20 seconds, but EG are not going to wait that long here. They still have got Aegis. They've got Arteezy with Chronosphere. They've got themselves now maybe a Slark cornered. As in goes Arteezy. He gets off the chronosphere. Time dilation slow. Nightfall in as well with follow-up and a black hole if needed. But that would have been more than overkill. Ame is dead. Arteezy, all he's going to do is just Midas a creep over his dead body. All right, Abed. Oh, he's fine. Q even. Oh no, he's going to run into Eidolons. Good micro from Nightfall. They've actually split here, and Abed might give chase, as they are going to be able to catch Faith Beyond, trying to cut a wave in the mid lane. Swiftly punished.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. When you're trying to catch up through farming, but you're dying all over the map. It's not a good feeling. And Abed is going for the Aghanim Scepter, right? Which means he'll be able to jump wherever he wants. And like travel the map in 5 seconds or so.
Yeah, and he just kind of has to be a little bit scared if he's affected by Witchblade or maybe a Frost Blast slow. That'd be a little bit annoying for him, as it does impact your Remnant move speed. But yeah, he's going to be feeling pretty good. Nothing to say, did jaunt on that. Abed once again giving chase. He's completely alone here, but I think given the net worth lead and the state of this game, the position that he's rather comfortable in, and nothing to say, feels like he's in the new Halloween movie.
Wonder if he'll stay for this wave here. Or nothing to say.
Oh no, look at why. He's just trying to farm, man. Come on, Arteezy. No quarter given. Out comes the Chain Frost. Some damage on Arteezy, but just kind of walk that one off. And they even get Sync Q. GG. I mean, they've got to be feeling really good here right now in this series. They've dismantled Sonics 2-0. They're about to do the same to LGD. Whatever they did in their boot camp has certainly been working out for them. They look almost unstoppable right now. And there's a black hole as well up from Nightfall. Out from the trees of Root. Surprised they had nothing to say. Oh, a little bit of HP he's going to be living on. Gets off as well. A really good coil, and he'll make it out alive.
Very nice. Didn't have Unleash up, so not enough damage there.
Smell wasted there. Maybe a potential opportunity now for LGD. I mean, Pi, if there's any time to go, I'd say it's now. No Chronosphere, no black hole. Sure, you're without coil, but with whatever farm that Almay's managed to muster up, I think it's time to call him to arms.
Yeah, they're smoked up.
There you go. Let it fly. That's not the target that they're looking for here. Crit is well ready to counter initiate, but it looks like they should be able to get through fly. Nightfall wishing he had a black hole right now with 4 heroes surrounding his Enchantress, but suddenly can do nothing but watch.
Okay, Arteezy's here, 3 seconds to go.
That might be very dramatic.
Oh, crit.
Yeah, and that might be crit going down as well. Silence, he shall die. And a duel onto Abed. Oh, with the Chronosphere. So they're going to catch 2, but Ane has been caught by Arteezy. Not finding many bastions. No light here for him. And now even Arteezy in an amount of trouble and killed off. 4 dead. They get Abed as well there. Pi.
That's
okay.
Actually, a slight breath of hope there.
A breathing room at least for LGD. They're still... Now there's still some pretty far behind, aren't they? I don't want to, I don't want to sell them down the river. That was a great move, and I'm sure they're going to be very relieved to have gotten those 2 core kills, right? But still facing a 7k net worth lead, and unfortunately, it's not quite in this Roche window. But
no, for sure.
It's a start.
I mean, even the thing with their lineup, even if Roche is up there, unless they have like what 30 stacks on Slark,
yeah,
it's quite hard to kill.
That's a keen observation. We'll take another look at that fight though. This one kind of just felt like a little bit save your body syndrome here for Evil Geniuses, just too keen to fight.
No, because they know how far they're ahead, right? So Crit is kind of baiting, like, come on, guys, like there's no way they can do this. No. But then they, I'm wondering in the back there, Faith Beyond is just patient. He sees Abed, then he catches him.
Nice shove there, Faith Beyond. That's a nice good bit of bounty for him. Does seem a lot closer to this BKB. That'll be a significant item. I was going to say as well, with the Blink Dagger, is going to enable him to cut waves. So he gets that one off of that last fight. And even look at Ambe. He's finally got a real big item, right? He disassembles that Echo Saber and turns it in, uses that Ogre Axe, pardon me, for his Ag Scepter. So now double pounce, which now does apply a little bit of essence on every single successful latch. So it does help you quite a bit in these fights.
Yep. No, he's almost the most farm hero on the map, which is something you need in combat games. You need one guy who would like to carry the hope or whatever, like someone to carry you. And then the rest just have to land your spells.
Exactly. I think the only issue is I think LGD fights kind of need to go like that for them. Kind of one at a time for this Slark, because even with, the 3 essence now on pounds, like he's still a hero that wants to go 1v1, through the entire enemy team. Not quite, you know, 5v5 where he doesn't really get to click on everyone a couple, you know, dozen times. The fights want to go long. They need to go long for this Slark to feel really impactful.
No, for sure. And they're gonna have this problem because the Enigma is gonna finish his PKD now. And maybe they can get a kill on Crit.
Yeah, maybe the coil. Nice moving slow. No, he is living a while, and Abed's in now. Nothing to say. Wants to commit for the kill, and in fact, maybe Abed in some trouble, but careful here. Arteezy looking for a bash on. I like to say he's got no spells because of time dilation as well. The cooldowns, the bashes. Arteezy with the kill on a nothing to say. That'll stop LGD's aggression in its tracks, and even a D-Deer spawning in the river. EG could look for an aggressive move of their own here if Arteezy spots that one, and they will.
LGD are here smoke though. Doom is ready.
I think Arteezy, he knows something's up. Okay, D-Deer's going in. Invisible as now Ame in.
No mana for Black Hole
as well, and now the Doom prevents the Black Hole from coming, but Arteezy's just a little bit too scary here. Chain Frost with the Ag Shard now from Y, just not doing enough damage and bouncing on over to the Eidolons. Great micro from Nightfall as Y is going to die for that attempt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they doomed for nothing there, but you know, it was a decent attempt. Could have worked. He got the Wraith back down, which was huge.
Yeah,
like, it reduces the damage a lot. And now Roche is up.
Yeah, they do kill Crit. Point and time dilation, man, so valuable. The cooldown progression slow. It's super punishing there. Just absolutely no chance for. I was about to say there's still 2 seconds left. Where's the phase shift? Where's the phase shift? No chance. So I believe that's Ag Shard for Arteezy, right? He consumes that. So now he's got this little slide whistle time walk that he can use. Helps him in these poking and prodding matchups when LGD are a little bit already on edge from, to be honest, basically prior 25 minutes.
Yeah, but at least LGD, they've kind of completed their basic items here, right? Doom has BKB now, BKB Blink actually, and Primal Beast has his BKB.
True.
Slark is decently farmed. Puck has managed to scrunch up some net worth, so they can fight back now.
I think Lich is even decently happy with a shard, right?
Yeah,
to be honest,
for sure.
400 gold is it's something for him. Oh, but in trouble for nothing to say. There's a Black Hole at the ready, and Nightfall, he's gonna go ahead and let this one go. Abed as well this time won't blow up a balloon, but still is gonna find the kill. Oh, nothing to say.
All right.
Nice timing there by Nightfall. It's not super easy to catch a puck like that with Malefice, but he cast it at the right opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, EG going high ground, probably not that easy, right? It's Frost Shield, the Doom lurking in the back.
Do have Aegis still, but that Doom is going to be perhaps the big boogeyman right now for EG to face, especially with Ember Spirit on the high ground, right? That BKB not going to do much against the Doom. Well, that Lotus is going to be a prerequisite here for him to be standing on high ground with any degree of confidence.
Yeah.
I'll be doing his best here on the enemy jungle, has picked up now the Mage Slayer. A little bit of more stats for him, and some magic resist. So I'll be happy to have this, just any little bit of additional agi or stats or survivability for him at this stage to just drag these fights out a bit longer. LGD, they've done well to stem the losses, to stem the hemorrhaging really, and have kept the net worth lead mostly stable for the past couple of minutes. But there's still a long road ahead of them for a full comeback.
For sure. But at this, like 10 minutes ago, it was looking way worse.
Definitely.
That's for sure. Okay, they're trying to set up some Chrono player. Kind of hard, but
the trees, there he goes, on in, and the Shadow Dance is used. Nicely done there from Ame, but there's absolutely no reinforcements for him here. Can he make it out alive? No, he can't even, he doesn't even get to turn around.
And they're killing mid too, sink you down.
Unlucky there. The bashes, maybe. There was a hope, maybe there's a universe, right, where he gets to pounce away, but not in this one.
Yeah. Oh, those are very well played by EG. Yes, using their cooldowns for something, like big kills like Slark.
Yeah, and it just, when you're in this advantage, you don't need to win this big, you know, ginormous 5v5. It's just about securing the kills and stopping these heroes from cutting lanes. The Invis are into the bottle of Abed. Oh, okay, there's a Doom. Hatchet to turn on, and then now try using that Invis now, Abed. Down he goes. Mid lane, though. They are diving into the base. Where one.
Yeah, Arteezy got killed.
Yeah.
Killed by the Lich.
He did go down. Very good point. And nothing to say. Maybe bolstered by this. Jumping on a Nightfall. He knows that there's no Black Hole. Oh, but the bash is out from Arteezy on the Faith Beyond. The BKB comes out. Crit chasing for more as well as Arteezy. Okay, he's going to time walk on back, but Nightfall is in a bit of trouble here. Nothing to say. Giving chase. Arteezy now on top of him. In goes Sin Q with his own BKB. And now with the Pulverize has a kill. But the bashes are relentless from Arteezy. Eventually forced to back up as another another coil onto Fly. Arteezy continuing to fight, but Ame is actually alive here and out fighting him. Arteezy not super comfortable here. No BKB, only has a Mjolnir active to use now, but with plenty of time walks away. He's still being chased by LGD. Another pounce doesn't lash. Doesn't latch, and that's going to be Arteezy with one last time walk. Crit, perhaps not as lucky. Does BKB on cooldown. No, gets a rebound target away. Arteezy, get about turning. They get 3 stacks of time dilation. There's a silence, but that's not going to stop the bashes. But Faith Beyond there to support him as well with the hook stop. Ame going in. This on the pound. No, he didn't actually. He's still leashed up. But Crit on the damage. They're trying to turn this. And EG, they're reviving. Down goes Ame. They've overstayed the rumble a bit. SinQ desperately tries for the kill and doesn't get it. Abed saves his life.
Oh, that's so close for LGD to like start their comeback right there. They're just, it's just so close. I wonder, because he TP'd out of base right with Ame. If he could have picked up the Ag Shard, it would have made him a bit more brave there.
Yeah.
Would have been very useful, but he wants that basher, so fair enough.
Great plays though from LGD. I mean, you have to respect it as well. Just, you know, diving, unfortunately, beyond their reach at that stage, right? EG respawning and keen to punish, of course, how aggressive they were being, but absolutely, I respect the plays there. It looked to be like the right ones at the time.
No, you have to say too, like how this game started off. Like LGD are not, they're not making it easy for them.
No, not at all. And there is that problem with high ground, right? So they did lose Aegis solo there on high ground between that Ice Spire and Chain Frost, as we're going to take a replay here about how close Arteezy actually was to death.
Yeah, so the first pounce misses and he uses his second pounce.
Ah, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, and I mean, if he hits the first pounce, it's honestly probably dead.
Yeah.
It's not that easy of a pounce to hit, but you do wish you hit those.
Yeah, now that was close for Arteezy. I wasn't quite clicking on the hero, so I didn't quite catch that in time, but yeah, certainly a woulda, shoulda, coulda moments there.
Yeah.
But ultis are back now for LGD. Ultis are up now for EG, but they're feeling all of a sudden what was a 7k net worth lead 10 minutes in. Feels amazing. 7k net worth lead at 20 minutes in. We're still in control of the game. 7k net worth lead now 6k at 30 minutes in. Pi doesn't feel nearly as good.
No, for sure. I mean, the thing is, that's the nasty part about EG's lineup though. They still have this Chrono and Black Hole. So like when you win 3 lanes and you have Chrono Black Hole, even in these like slight comeback situations, you're not feeling that bad. Like, you know, you have this backup, and you're all farming too, right? So.
Right. Yeah, I suppose, right. That's fair to point out. They've been, I don't want to say reserving these ultis basically for solo kills, but they've been a little bit flippant with their use, right? Oh, yeah. Whatever. I can just use it because I can still just time walk in and bash them and kill them. They can't kill me.
Yeah.
But now it does feel like, okay, now I actually have to utilize my Chronosphere in a proper team fight. Use Black Hole maybe to counter initiate, something like this, right? Of the sort.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, where things are still scary for LGD, but I have to commend them. 5k. I mean, I didn't see much of a way back in this game for them. Heck, 15 minutes into the game. Here we are.
No, for sure. No, it was that they had that one fight around the shrine, which turned around a lot of things.
That's right. Their first 4 kills, and from there,
yeah,
they figured out, yes, it's enough to do it. But now things may be looking a bit more difficult for them. EG, it's Arteezy with the DD in the bottle. Abed's going to go ahead and lend him that. Abed now as well with the Lincoln Sphere. They're going, and they are going to take the jump. They're going to be to do as well. The hook stop perfect left to do a big face beyond, and 2 heroes just deleted. LGD, the perfect initiation for them. Maybe even Abed now with the basher. Ame, he's got him leashed the once. Ooh, he can't quite leash him a second time. That's where Nothing to Say comes in. Does force Abed to TP away. Crit as well, retreating under the cover of a BKB. Might not be too safe here. LGD might look for more. The second time they go diving beyond tier 1 towers, beyond tier 2 towers. How far will they go? Not this deep. Okay.
They give up there. All right. Roach potentially up in 15 seconds here.
That has got to be the dream catch. We talked about how AG still have these big ultis to count on. Not if you're getting caught by a 2-man war stomp out from Faith Beyond. What a play.
No, that was a really nice smoke by them. You also have to say that EG are a bit careless there. We haven't seen anyone on the map except the puck split pushing for a while. But overall, just a great play by LGD, how they smoked and set up there.
Absolutely. No hesitation there for Faith Beyond, just makes the move. Job as well for Nothing to Say. And the fortitude here, LGD showing a lot of fight in game number 2 in a series where they were stomped pretty hard in game 1. in a series where Game 2 was looking way worse than Game 1 was. Here we are, on the verge of a comeback, and I think for the first time this entire game, about to equalize in terms of net worth.
Yep. Very impressive. And I think, yeah, now they want to wait a bit. Obviously, never know, right? Roche can be spawning any second, but they need their Doom. So they have to wait for that.
This will be 30 seconds. I mean, LGD, of course, they're not so scared that they're hiding in their fountain, but, you know, they'll regen up and stay safe back here. BKB is ready to go. Faith Beyond as well. He's got the quickening charm in his clutches just to make sure that he gets these abilities off cooldown even a little bit so much faster. Might make a big difference here. Roche up in 7 seconds. I think LGD, they might get a go at really contesting this.
I think so. They have everything, right? Doom is coming up now. They're actually looking for TC here. He's desperately trying to finish his Lincolns.
He's got Basher. Okay, but he's not going to be so YOLO. There's a bunch of enemy heroes missing on the map.
Yeah, but see, he knows there's no vision here, right, with his ultimate.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Slark able to be a little bit more of a hunter, opportunistic, but still wants to be playing it cool, right? So they already went diving, maybe somewhat recklessly once past tier 2s. Maybe, right? I'd say that was completely justified, but I do think it's enough to give him pause on making some solo plays like that.
Okay, the Roche is going down now. I mean, LGD don't know anything, right? They know it can be up, that's it. But they're gonna be too late for this.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, are they really scared of this Aegis? The last time RTZ had Aegis, Fly took it from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate part is you have Doom, right?
Yeah.
His biggest counter is Aegis. So it's quite unfortunate that they don't get to have this fight here.
I believe Abed as well. He holding on the Axe Blessing from Roche, but Ahmed, eager to fight, does find a bash there, starting to really get these Essence shifts up. In fact, ups the Shadow Dance as Ahmed uses the BKB, commits for that.
Yeah. Oh, just a little poking. How much? Yeah, 13 stacks, 52 agility, not bad.
Not bad at all. Really getting up there, he's climbing the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that simple for EG anymore, even with this Aegis to like force high ground or force a fight.
Of course. That net worth lead, of course, jumping back to 5k, favoring Evil Geniuses. The bounty, your net worth does increase if you actually consume this Axe Blessing. Abed hasn't done it yet, so he doesn't. You need to consume it. But I think the reason he's not is because it would increase the cost of his buyback. Oh, bottom though. SinQ trying to onslaught away. That was a mini black hole from Nightfall. He committed there. And SinQ, he's going to be doomed. No, it's the self-doom on the new Faith Beyond Acceptor with the guitar. That's how metal he is. Doom's 2, but cannot save SinQ. Trying to TP away. Is not going to be able to do it. Doesn't last long enough. And Crit, despite being doomed, fights through it for the kill onto Faith Beyond.
Yeah, very, very optimistic play down there.
Oh.
Probably need your slug making moves like this.
But I did want to point out 2 Acceptors there revealed. The Doom Axe, as RTZ is giving chase here with Chronosphere, but can't catch this Slark with 2 bounce charges. But that was 2 Acceptors revealed, right? That was the Doom Axe, which allows you to cast it on yourself or allies, and gives that little really beautiful Doom AoE, and dooms anyone in there. But it also this Primal Beast Axe, which breaks. And does decent damage, honestly, on those shockwaves, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, it's I'm guessing mostly for the damage. But breaking enchanters, for example.
Oh, there's coming in. Crit. Abed, I mean, okay, he's okay. RTZ even tanking a little bit there. A little dangerous there, just a bit. Why trying his sneaky move yet again? He's gonna have
nice sniping couriers.
It's gonna be a minute without it. He does get the 2 couriers. Oh, the onslaught cancels. SinQ, no, he's got BKB in 2 seconds. Gets off at least his Acceptor, but nice. Not to be able to live too long. It's activation on the uproar, that one. Does break EJ a bit, but otherwise the push going unabated for the most part. Damage onto RTZ is significant. Well, yeah, there's Fly to top him back up. RTZ just poking in for some more vision.
So they have no black hole. Yeah, it's a little sloppy there. I feel like LGD can get better fights than that. I guess there's no Doom either, so that is a problem. And there's an Aegis with Chrono. Oops. No, I get it why they're a little careful. But it's very... SinQ probably, like, it's that feeling, right? When BKB has less than 10-second cooldown, you kind of believe that you have it up, right?
Yep.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, it did get nerfed as well. I think for a lot of these veterans of the scene, you know, BKB cooldown had been pretty stagnant for, I want to say it's majority of what a couple patches ago that thing got reduced, and maybe for supports who don't buy it every game, still kind of internalizing that change. Extra 15 or 30 seconds that it got. But yeah, I think I count 2 Lincolns here, by the way, Pi, on the side of EG. Ember with 1, Abed's got 1, and Nightfall as well. And you can fully stack those Lincolns.
Yep.
So that's a powerful tool for an initiator.
No, for sure. I mean, this makes the game way harder for Doom here. I don't know. He cannot break it right now, right? No.
No, he can't. He doesn't. He hasn't grabbed a creep that allows him to break it. Again, he can self-doom himself.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
So-
that's what he's going for. He's never gonna doom anyone anymore. He's just
Yeah.
gonna be dooming himself.
He's gonna doom himself and blink in. I gotta be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of this, but I mean, it looks really nice with the guitar immortal, so I can't blame him. Yeah, Nightfall, it did end up turning into one of those games where at 40 minutes in, that would lead back up to 7K, but a little bit more finely balanced than that is Ame. What about Chrono? But of course, oh, there's another one with the shard! Oh, crit, he bought the shard, and that actually pushes Arteezy within range, and that's an easy kill for him in the Chronosphere. Ame thought he was safely away. Not the case.
Wow, that's the only time I've ever seen Marcy Shard do something. Usually you grief your teammate or you kill yourself.
Yep.
But that was beautiful.
That was amazing. Yeah, you can go ahead and auto cast. So whenever our observers clicked on Marcy, if you see that little border outlined, it means that he's gonna shoot whoever his target is, right, instead of himself. And that ended up being the exact perfect usage of it. I mean, I guess for crit, you know, it's not the most casual of pickups, but he's got BKB, he's got Basher. What else do you want on this hero?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not bad at all.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of makes sense for this game too, right? If the Doom self-dooms and he's like on top of a hero,
Yeah.
you just toss him out, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Arteezy that can time walk, get his HP back, and continue fighting, something like that. Absolutely. Yeah, good call.
I mean, Puck is, I mean, they're all farmed though on LGD, so like these games with these type of heroes are never simple.
Oh,
setting up
fighting. 15 seconds until Ame's back, but I think to say he TPs into those trees, has a Blink Dagger, of course, an Octarine Core now, almost at Aeon Disc actually. I think he's, what is that? That is Aeon Disc. He doesn't have the components in his back, does he? It looks like he's going for Overwhelming Blink first.
Yeah, I think he's still choosing.
Yeah, so he's at some point likely had the Soul Booster and the Vit Booster, sorry, the Energy Booster and the Vit Booster, but instead turned it into Octarine because he was like, I'll be fine. Now, Overwhelming Blink. That does leave him without buyback, but just bought about 400 gold here, crucially. So
It's been this double damage rune on the bottom side here for almost 2 minutes now. No one scouted it out yet. Yeah, I guess it'll just disappear. We'll take it back.
Even we'll take it back, Mr. Frog. Back into the vault of runes that could have affected a TI. This one, fast.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure EG, you have their bottom ward down there. I'm pretty sure they've seen everyone walk over here now, so they know that LGD have snuck down.
Bit beyond as well, just pointing this one out in case it comes relevant later. He's camping this Tinker ward where the Dire tier 2 bottom lane used to be. There he is, our little picture-in-picture. He's trying to be a little bit of a ninja here, cutting the waves, eating a creep here. Q, of course, coming in to support him as well. Just continuing to cut these waves now. In EG, they'd rather not split here. It is looking a little scary, right, with a Doom that can doom himself and get to do your Lincolns.